Got to count us in.
Hands are very last year.
Get the chat going.
Here we are, getting the chat going here.
Pop it open.
Popping
I'm
up
sorry,
the
guys.
chat.
We do this live as well. Just yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Most of what we do is completely wung. We just wing it.
Wong.
Totally wrong.
Totally wung.
Hello to the chat room. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines.
Put that there.
Actually, don't abide by Revival's community guidelines because that'll
Nope.
get you thrown off of YouTube.
Banned.
Yeah. Please keep it teal.
Oh, Tim Connor's first in the chat. Love to see that. Hey, Kenda. There he is.
Gentlemen.
Right behind him. Sup with
Who's
you.
going to be next? Is it Jordan?
No, it's going to Corey's dad.
Ooh, that's a
I'm
strong
gonna
guess.
call Nick
Strong
Pausar.
guess.
Come on. Come on.
Or Raph.
Don't let me
No,
down.
definitely Nick Pausar. Don't let me down.
It'd be
Come
so
on.
funny if we just have two people the whole time. And that's a chat.
Yeah.
Is the chat working?
Shook,
Can you hear me
are we
now?
live?
We're on time too. Ish.
That's because no one expects us to be on time.
Yeah. Wow, this is weird.
This
Yeah.
is
This
Each
is odd.
day we start.
Oh,
later
hold on.
than
I'm going to hit the heart.
saw it.
There we go. We see it.
This is
This is
okay. All right.
Here we
Let's go.
Did you not even bet on yourself?
Dude,
Yeah.
I was hoping someone's going to beat me to it. Wow, this is
wild.
the worst chat participation we've ever had, but we love Tim and Kinda.
Yep.
That's beautiful. Must be the
Did you say
weather.
it's the weather?
Carmi and Cam, there he is.
Weather.
Hey,
Oh,
yo.
that would.
Ooh, Matt's in the room. Love to see that.
Matt Wood, buddy.
Listen, the weather affects everything.
It's true. It's true. I'm going to go with that.
If you replace the first letters of your name, Matt Wood, would your name be Wat Mood
Wat Mood.
or Wat Mood?
We've gone
think
30
it-
seconds without swearing.
I think it would be Wat Mood. That's way better.
Wat Mood.
What move?
It's like guys that spell Tom with an H. Thom. We talked about this in the car.
Yeah. Thumb.
Worst.
Don't like that at all.
Thom.
Thomas.
Isn't that a Polish thing?
Thom.
Thomas.
Tomas.
Tomas.
Yeah,
for
but it's
sure.
TH.
There's no H.
Yeah, but English is the same way.
What?
Thomas.
Tomas.
Tomas.
It does not have an H.
Whatever you say.
Jeez.
Compelling conversations. In the what?
Sometimes you got to ask the important ones.
Yeah, it's
What mood? Like electricity
Wat Mood is good.
in the mood ring. I like that.
Bottle opener?
What?
I said you like the bottle opener?
Yeah. Why is it plastic?
Because it's definitely going to break the first time you use it.
Yeah. That's kind of.
Is that a plastic bottle opener?
true. Because in an electrical testing company, we want everything non-conductive as much as
In
possible.
case you're opening brewskis up on the lines.
Why is there a piece of metal in it then, Josh?
Exactly. I don't know. I was just trying to give you an excuse.
Yeah.
Oh, Igor's in there
And it's,
asking leading questions.
Top quality
Don't tell 'em.
4-imprint. You go on that website, 4-imprint?
No.
Oh,
You go
God.
to 4-imprint.
Sounds quite foreign.
Swag City,
You
USA,
go 4-imprint
4-imprint.
and you're like, all right, what kind of nonsense do I want with my name on it? And it's like, oh, yeah, I want 3,000 Frisbees with, your name up printed on them. And it's like, oh, they're 13 cents a piece. There you go. Oh, dude, it's insane.
Double D 603 in the room.
Or I was
Yeah,
gonna
you
s-
should get stuff with your name on it to throw out of your car while you're drifting at the crowd.
That'd be good.
You can also
got-
visit Totally Promotional is the same thing. They
Oh,
even
yeah,
have
it is- it's
they
a
even
bunch
have
of them.
clothes, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, 4-imprint's got clothes.
Yeah, 4-imprint is.
You can buy
that's-
people on there.
That's what we use at work.
Buy people on
Yeah.
it. 14 cents.
It's crazy. However, you buy more of them, goes down.
Yeah, it does go way
It's
down.
true.
Incredible. You guys, did you see the whole Wayfair thing where you could buy dressers
ever?
named after people?
Yeah.
Yeah, named after people, sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Named
full-
right after
Those
them.
things are full of people.
IKEA uses presswood. They use press people. Wow. People parts.
Cheap stuff, dude. It's the best rates.
Yeah.
Just grinding them up.
What is it? It's a renewing resource. What's that called? Where it's like
Renewable
zero
resource?
carbon.
Oh, it's net zero.
Net zero.
Net zero. Yeah. You just make furniture out of people.
Yeah, people.
Net zero furniture.
You're the carbon they want to reduce. Everybody knows.
You know, I bet Hans and Franz there from the whatever
I pick
World
things up, I put them down.
Economic Forum would be into your idea.
Oh, Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. That's the guy
That's
that
the
does
guy
all
that
the
did it.
roasting
Yeah.
company.
Hans Zimmer, he did a
He did
live
Dune.
performance recently,
Yeah.
like one time only. Did it at the Hollywood Bowl.
He does live performances all the time.
Does he? There was one. It was like with an orchestra.
What are
There
you
was a
talking
big
about?
thing.
So Hans Zimmer, the guy that does the soundtracks like Interstellar and Dune.
No.
There was
you know
a big
who
thing
also,
about it.
did a live performance with a whole orchestra? Surge from System of a Down.
Oh, really?
It's quite interesting.
What'd he do?
He makes all of his strange noises,
But with,
but in front of an orchestra. It's quite something to be seen.
Love that
Very
guy.
patriotic guy. That guy.
I saw Star Wars Episode 5
Yeah.
Okay.
with a full orchestra.
Okay.
That was really cool.
John Williams.
Yeah, Jay Will.
No, it was the Rhode Island Philharmonic.
You went to go
Okay.
see it with an orchestra?
Yeah,
or
in the
they
theater.
No,
So,
he
like-
didn't attend with an
No,
orchestra.
I mean you attended with an orchestra, or they were playing,
They were playing
He brought the
To the
orchestra.
movie.
to the movie.
and then they would stop playing when
40
the voice
tickets.
actor parts would come.
Well,
No.
yeah, I mean, so essentially, like, there's so much background, like, little, like, music that happens during the movie that you really don't pay attention to.
Mhm.
But when there's a full
you're
orchestra
hearing
playing it in front of you, you're like, wow, I can't believe that's there.
That's cool.
And then this weekend, I'm actually going to see the exact same thing with one of the Harry Potters. I forget which one. Just because it was such a crazy experience the first time, I was like, I'm gonna go. And then in July, is it whatever? I'm seeing Nas with the Rhode Island Philharmonic.
That's pretty
Nah.
wild.
Yeah.
Like the rapper?
Yes. The artist. known
Where?
as-
There ain't no fucking way though
feedback.
that whole orchestra is
way.
trans.
Yeah. Tickets were so expensive.
No way, dog. No way.
But yeah, it's cool when you have like a full, I don't know, 50-piece orchestra in front of you playing. It's like really like like the noise is super powerful. It's crazy.
And it also makes you understand what an actual musician is
Oh yeah.
versus like, I got an acoustic guitar I can fucking fling around on.
I like kind of want to see the Star Wars one now. It's like, oh,
It's cool.
Annie. Within the guys like playing a flute.
Shout out
yeah,
to shout out to
yeah.
Mars
Just like
Roman,
that.
John Williams, pop it the fuck off.
Yep.
Love that.
Always popping, Mr. Williams.
If you usually
I'd start a pit to the Phantom Menace. I'm telling you right now. Fucking dun, dun, dun.
Just picking up the change. Just-
if you look, there's like there's probably a state like Philharmonic for Connecticut, right? If you look up, like they're the ones who would do it.
You know, my uncle was a conductor of an orchestra.
Doesn't surprise me. I'm just
Does that not surprise
dude,
you?
I'm just unfazed.
By all my random
Unfazed.
information?
Yeah,
He was a
totally unfazed.
conductor for an orchestra.
Yeah, he was a conductor at Cho.
As a side job, he was a conductor for a train.
He was
Yeah.
a,
Full-time
yeah, it was
job.
a-
Double conductor.
Ran train all over your mouth.
God, I teed that one up. Teed that one up.
Swinging a hit, baby.
Guy's a triple
Pieces
conductor.
were loaded on that one.
Guy's a triple conductor.
He was a conductor at Choate for like forever.
Hey, your uncle was a conductor of butt trumpets.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, go to the Connecticut Philharmonic, and there's probably one, and then they're the ones who put it on.
Sounds like a
So
fun
you
time.
can find like what they do, and sometimes they're just playing, and sometimes they're playing movie soundtracks.
I would love to see them play Ace Ventura.
I want to see him play Tokyo Drift, dude.
I don't think it's a Philharmonic.
That'd be sick.
I think it's just like a robot.
Robot noises?
All right, ready to go?
yeah, I think so. Shook, you ready to time that button? Time me in.
I'm so fucking on time, Daddy.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Who
Heyo.
and Corey.si.
Hello, hello.
Shook TD is over there manning the orchestra, playing the skin flute in the corner.
I love that song. Wait, what?
He's
So
here.
loud.
He's here to hang out, push some buttons, not Google some stuff for us, and provide general entertainment. And also, most importantly, we have Trevor and Chris Rue in studio. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, of course. Happy to get the invite.
We're psyched to have them here. They're doing a lot of stuff in the drift world. So we're going to hit them with some questions later on about that. Discuss the program, what it's like to kind of start a drift program, really from a grassroots perspective, and see, how their season is going to unfold, or how they hope it's going to unfold. So we're also going to cover some automotive news, events. We have our first donut meet coming up on Sunday. So that is April 7th. If you're listening to this, 9 a.m., our place. Need some info, hit us up.
Bring your own donuts.
Bring your own donuts.
Bring donuts for the class.
And as always, go to our website, revivemotoring.com. You can sign up for the B for B because that's how we keep this train rolling. There's also some coffee up there. We will have Cold Start here to purchase on Sunday as well. That's all I got. That's all I got this week.
I love that.
Nice and simple. Let's start
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
with the callbacks.
You already beat my donut meat one this Sunday.
Repeat it.
This Sunday, donut meat, 9 a.m.
beat my donut
headquarters.
meat?
We're going to keep beating that donut
Dude,
meat
we got to beat it into their heads.
First one.
9 a.m. First donut
First
meat.
one of the year.
Weather's looking
Bring
pretty
enough
solid.
donuts for the class. Go to your favorite donut place. Bring donuts. It's gonna be.
I know Ransom Pete's gonna make it down. He's got some parts.
Is he
he's bring
gonna?
me. Yeah,
I'm gonna go to Dazed and Glazed. Hook up like those mirror finish glazed donuts.
Yeah, he's got some parts he's gonna bring.
How many should I
me.
get? Should I get 200 munchkins again?
Jesus Christ.
Gotta clean them up. She came out of the back with a baking sheet. Just Lucy's. Of just,
The Lucy's.
just glazed boys. I'm like,
What do they call those cigarettes? Lucy's, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lucy's. They
Lucy's.
were warm. I was like, this is heaven?
So if you're doing that, I won't go to Grandma's this week. Or this meat. I'll save it for next one.
Really?
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
don't like that at all.
I don't want you want to show up with all the glazed?
Yeah, dude. Let's go
It's
glazed.
a glazed affair.
It's a glazed affair.
We gotta
The munchkins.
complete a
Oh,
full
Matt
schedule.
would bring the munchkins. The munchkins don't make it here. I eat all of them on the way
All
here.
200 of them.
Yeah.
We
It's
do got to
immediate diabetes.
put out a complete schedule. It's a little, yeah, we can take a rough, we'll thumb it in.
What?
Because as far as the meats, because somebody asked the other day.
Oh, what? Yeah, we're not giving you a schedule. We're not letting you plan ahead.
It's like we can kind of do it, but there are going to be some that change.
I
Not
eat that
super
many
late
donuts, I'm
minute,
definitely
but
gonna get the Beatles. Beatles.
didn't you eat something wild recently?
Did I eat something wild?
I thought you were saying you ate, like we were talking, maybe it was last week.
You
You
hit a record?
consumed like a crazy amount of something.
That's literally every time we go. on
fairly recent, but I thought it was like sugary. I can't remember what it was.
No, I don't know. Nothing too crazy. I didn't eat anything that wild in Aruba. I ate this giant beet plate, but that's not sugar.
No.
Don't
There
like
was
that
something
at all.
that
Gonna
like
have to be 200 glazed munchkins.
there was potential for passing out.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. No, nothing too crazy recently. I didn't even go that crazy. I didn't even raid the kids' candy that much during Easter.
Easter.
Oh, when he ate all the chicken at the friggin' chicken place the other day?
Yeah, you ate a whole chicken.
Maybe
and then
that's
lamb.
what
He
it
ate
was. Yeah.
5 chicken quarters
Maybe I was thinking of
on the
that.
2 chicken meal. I'm not a mathematician, but that's more than 2 chickens.
We go to this place.
2
they got,
halfies.
rotisserie, like barbecue chicken, and you can order like quarter chicken, half chicken, whole chicken, and then you can order like whole chicken as is, whole white, whole dark, and I like dark meat. So I'm like, hey, you don't want to give me a whole chicken dark meat? And it was 5 dark meat, 5 chicken quarters, which is technically like 2.5 chickens. Ate it all. It was
Impressive.
yeah, it was good.
It's
It was
magnifico.
Yeah.
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 You couldn't
It's quite
tell, but
good.
he is a walking black hole.
good.
Yeah,
it was-
unbelievable.
it was really
Hollow
good.
leg.
Hollow leg. He's got 6 stomachs.
Yeah. Oh man, I missed that place.
I thought I had a call back, but I don't think I do.
I
You
have a
don't?
callback.
Or at least I didn't say
You got a
it.
callback?
Did you talk about your truck last episode?
Probably, but I got more truck stuff because I'm a truck guy now.
All right, yeah, same.
Yeah?
Call back to now Chuck and I are completely and utterly Toyota truck guys.
Yeah, bro Yoda guys.
It's incredible. It's the best car I've ever driven.
What
in
did
my
you
life.
get? Nobody
so-
knows anything.
I got a tree. I got a Toyota tree,
Yeah?
a Sequoia.
3rd row?
Dude, 8 seats.
Air
I don't
suspension?
even have that many friends.
8 seats. Okay.
It is too many seats. It's got all the amenities, airbag rear shocks.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Are you gonna unregister your drift car now and just fucking tow
That's
around?
it. I'm traveling the world, dude.
Come
I'm gonna
on,
be
boy.
an overland national.
Love
Those,
that.
those bagged rears.
Yeah.
Is that factory?
Yeah,
It's
that's for
factory
towing,
made.
It
daddy.
is. Okay. Yeah. It's like a tow
They're
kit,
also
yeah.
incredibly they deflate when you park it for a while, and if you don't
That's
let
called
that
a
air
leak.
compressor turn on,
That's a leak.
it's not a leak. They deflate on purpose.
Oh, okay.
So
You sag that butt out though?
I guess they just yes. I went to go leave the other day, and I hit the speed bump without them inflating, and wow,
Yeah.
bump stops,
Bump stops.
be bumping.
How long?
takes a couple seconds, but I
No,
literally just...
not the how when they inflate, but
how
how
long do they inflate?
Nah,
no, how
it
long
lasts
does it
out
have
there?
to sit with them?
No, I don't know. Not too long, I
You know when you
guess.
bagged the car in like 2004?
Yeah.
Yeah, about that long.
That long. No, don't...
That's the thing.
Something
You
tells
know when
me-
you're using plumbing
Are you
supplies?
sure
Right,
they're supposed to
right,
leak
yeah.
that fast? A lot of the air suspension stuff's supposed to stay up.
So that's my question.
It'll
It's
stay up
just
for a
like,
while. Like, you don't park it and come back out to them empty.
okay, it's like, yeah, I was in the house
Like
for 2
overnight,
hours and
they'll
it's on the
deplete.
ground.
Overnight?
Yeah, overnight.
Well,
Is
that's-
that, are you sure that's correct?
That's a,
That's what the forums say, baby.
Oh, that's what the form
I'm-
You're shaking your head.
That sounds very wrong.
in the
What form? I hate mud?
No, fuck that forum. That's
Nah, it's a big
those
dog
guys.
form.
They hate mud. They also hate books.
it also sounds like
Hey,
there's
reading.
They hate reading, books, education. you
Breathing
name
through
it.
the noses.
they also sound like they hate to admit all of their cars leak. That's,
yeah,
that's what
maybe.
it sounds like.
What year is the Sequoia?
05. It's
Okay.
got brand new bags in it. So
So something else is leaking.
this,
Right, it's not the
yeah,
bag.
it could be the bag control module, but from whatever I was reading online, I guess they air down. I don't know if
The
that's
story's
old
unfolding
museum.
as we talk.
So
So
I
it just
have-
it hard parks itself after a while.
Yeah, baby, it does a fucking wheelie.
Come on, Daddy, you love that. You love to see
The old
that.
Carolina squat.
Carolina Ghost trailer.
What
Yeah.
what are the specs in this truck? What kind of engines in this
Dude,
thing?
it's fucking fully loaded, baby. It's a V8.
Come on, baby.
Is that the
Okay.
one UZ?
That's a
2UZ.
Put some fucking respect. It's a 2UZ. It's got fucking the Toyota VTEC that I can't think of the name of, VVTi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a no, not Neo.
Yeah, I
Neo
start that bitch up.
VVTi.
It's like pop, 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 pop.
What color?
It's fucking champagne.
Champagne.
Does it have the
Ooh.
gold badges?
Yes.
Old man
Okay,
tan,
so color's the
baby.
interior.
Tan.
Tan on
Okay,
tan.
I like
You gotta
that.
go tan wheels.
It's
Tan on tan on
champagne
tan.
pop.
Triple T.
It's
Terrible
dude,
Terry Tate.
it's the best fucking car I've ever driven.
I think some bronze wheels would suit it.
No, too much bronze.
Yeah.
I got consize coming.
Hold on. So you
Do you
best
have
car?
consize coming?
Mm-hmm.
Not the same wheels I got.
What wheels do you got?
The 5-spoke consize that are on the truck outside.
The KNPs or the Rokus? Are they skinny or fat?
Fat boys.
That's what I'm getting. Yeah, KNPs.
What color?
Gunmetal.
All right, we'll be fine.
Bronze.
What'd you get?
Dude,
You got bronze?
walked by the truck.
I didn't look at it.
Bronze.
I paid no respect to that Lexus. I'm gonna crawl your Lexus, my fucking V8 power, dude.
So you
But I have the same motor.
No, you don't. Don't
Yeah,
lie
that's
to
true.
me.
My motor's
Don't
a
lie to
little nicer.
everyone listening.
Just a little nicer.
you said it was the best car you've ever driven.
Yeah, it's incredible.
How many times have you driven it?
A lot.
Okay.
I thought it wasn't registered.
It is.
All right.
You didn't ask to who.
Uh,
I've driven it probably 1,000 miles.
Yeah, it's really doing it for you.
Hold
Where-
on,
where'd
you've
you
had
find it?
yeah.
Where'd I find it?
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace.
in an area close to here.
Like, hold on. I have to
How's
look up
that?
the
How's
name.
that?
It's like
how's that rear
It's
crossbar
like
look?
Suck a Titty or Schenectady or something.
Schenectady,
Schenectady.
New York.
New
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 York.
York.
Deep, 2 hours.
Tell me about the rust on
Not
her.
bad.
No rust. Oh
No-
wait,
no
sorry.
rust.
In
It is
the
from
wheel
Schenectady?
in
You got it
the
right from
wheel
Buffalo.
wells-
Yeah.
In the wheel wells, there's 2 spots of rust, but it's hidden under the arcs.
How's the frame?
Perfect. I will show you pictures of this frame. You will not believe how
Do you
good
have
this frame is.
Did you take the pictures? Or did someone else take them when you bought it?
Both.
Oh God,
do you have documents of it being replaced?
So the frame,
they didn't replace the frames in those.
they did.
No.
They did.
Yes. Get schooled, homeboy. I know it all.
They replaced the frames in Sequoias.
Sequoias, Forerunners,
Tacomas for sure.
Oh no, I have a Taco with the new frame.
That was the one I was familiar with. Was
My frame
Tacoma.
didn't need it, okay? Because it's the fucking best frame. There's many frames, not like this one. Other frames are dogs.
What
This
makes
one's
your
great.
frame the best frame?
Because it's not rusting at all.
But has it been
year
replaced?
specific?
No, it's undercoated. It's brand new.
Someone just undercoated it.
No,
Mm.
no, it's not just.
All right, we'll
undercoated.
we'll put eyes on it. I'm gonna do the old.
So I have paperwork
Screwdriver
on
test.
this vehicle. I already did, dude. At every fucking spot that they commonly rust, 0 rust. It's brand new. You're nodding. You're just in denial over there. It's okay to be in denial.
I looked at a lot of them.
Well, so did I.
That surprised me if it's from upstate New York and it has
So
no
did I
rust.
crawled under this bitch right in the parking lot?
How many miles are on it?
290,000.
So 300,000 miles from upstate New York.
It's
Never had a
not from
frame
upstate
replaced.
New York.
And is mint.
You could keep assuming, but you know what you do when you assume? You make an ass out of you and me.
We're
baby.
gonna see. I'm excited to see this.
I thought it was you or me.
You and me. Because
Hmm.
ASS, you, me.
Did you? Is this single owner car?
It is. It's a 2-owner car.
Okay.
The second owner bought it from the original owner, obviously.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It wasn't like at a third-party company or anything.
Those are facts.
He only put a couple thousand miles on it. He had it for like 2 years.
Until
3
he
years.
figured out the frame was rotten.
So the frame was like, fuck this.
He's got like 1,000 Toyotas. He's like a big Toyota guy. He's got Cressidas.
Same.
He's got Highlander or whatever the fuck the other thing is.
Yeah.
Loves Toyotas. So this one was from down south. And it came up here briefly where they sold it when it had about 250,000 miles on it. And I have all the documentation from when the car was originally purchased in 2005.
Yep.
Every fucking tire change, every ball joint, oil change, rotation, brake pads from 2005 to 2020. From that on, it's a mystery. I don't know if this guy like busted a nut in there. I have no idea. But these
I
people,
mean, that definitely happened.
That's right.
every single fucking
Very
thing, every
common.
recall was done except for the frame. Because it didn't need it, because frame's godlike. This truck is great, dude. You want to
I'm
know how
happy
much
you're
I-
excited about
You
it.
want to know how much I paid for this truck, Chuck?
Yeah.
Take a guess.
$3,000.
I think 4.
$3,500.
There you go.
That's
Wow.
a dealio.
That's a fucking rate.
That's a
rate.
dealio.
That's a rate.
That's
because
pretty
they're
good.
like 5 to 10 grand, depending on the condition of mileage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a lot of miles, but they do say the 2UZ is God's motor, so.
I'm excited to see it. I think you should
are
go
those-
triple tan as well. Although I do respect the concept.
Triple 10
Because
is.
obviously I purchased them as well.
It's quite a lot of tan.
Are those?
It got lockers.
It's got a center locking diff,
Yeah,
electric,
There we go.
4-wheel drive. Mine's fully loaded. It has everything. So I will tell you one fucking hilarious story. Did your head unit? You have any problems with yours? Any weird electrical things? Because your car is known for fucking weirdo electrical things.
Not my car, bud. My car's minty.
Yeah, well, everything you own
But
is an electrical.
I did
nightmare,
rip
so.
the head unit out. It has a new system.
Okay,
It's got a
so
system.
I'm
Thanks,
on
Katie,
that
Designs
path.
Rhode
It'll,
Island.
it'll be here Thursday.
Yeah.
I get in the car.
Yep.
I'm driving it home. Like, let me see what this bad boy can really do. I try and touch that volume knob.
Bad call.
It just keeps going up and down like the same number, like 31, 32, 31, 32, 31, 32. I cannot figure this out.
Surround sound.
This thing's like just not getting any louder. Dude calls me. He's like, how's the truck? While I'm driving, the volume just fucking takes off to 100 and the speaker just desk pops a 9mm. It's like, boom! I literally jumped and I'm screaming on the phone. I'm like, oh. So within 15 minutes of ownership, I blew a speaker directly out of the door, almost took my leg off. And when I got home, I ordered a head unit speaker. So
Nice.
it's been bliss ever since. 3 speakers.
But you told the guy everything's going great.
Yeah, I was like, it's trying to kill me.
Younger guy, older guy.
He's younger. He's probably in his 30s, early 30s. But yeah, he's got a Cressida that he's trying to put a 2UZ in, and he's got
Aren't we all?
Helix Surf,
Hilux? Surf? Yeah.
and some other
It's
fucking
just a foreigner.
weirdo cars.
I don't know the difference between my truck and your truck, if I'm honest, besides
You have
$12,000.
And
dude.
what
Do you know how
nighttime
much-
head-up display or whatever it's called.
Do you know how much
Hey, I
that
got night
car was
vision.
like brand new?
How much?
Yours.
65.
My this fucking I have the paperwork. It was $45,000. That is insane.
That's pretty wild. Especially
In 05, that's like
20 years ago.
75, 80K now.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
mine's 200,000 thanks to Joe Byron and the economic sad time.
The
Dude.
continued. Are those 2
The
UZ
sustained
motors
economic sad time.
readily available?
Totally invincible.
Oh, dude, you can there's 10,000 Sequoias on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And the frames are just gone. So you could get a rate. I could go tow one home with this one. I found one
No,
for
I mean, yeah.
$550.
They all run, they're all fine forever.
Yeah, it's the motor. It's the car. It's like Ford. The motor runs fine, and the body fucking
It's just
explodes
gonna-
around it.
Yeah.
So
I'm happy you're
excited.
so excited. What's the deal with the Civic? You gonna
it's
keep
a
it?
piece of shit. I fucking hate it.
What's up with the MPGs on that thing? How's it doing?
It's like 18 to 20.
That's the fucking craziest thing I've ever heard. Really?
In what? The Civic?
No, in the fucking truck, dude.
Oh, I was gonna say
I'm getting like-
you made
I'm
it sound
getting
like that's
four-
a lot
I'm
or a
getting
little.
14, dude.
You made it
Jesus.
sound like that was a lot or a little. I think the best I got was like 18.
That's crazy.
Not towing or nothing.
No, I'm just driving around at
I'm
14.
just fucking cruising, baby. It's because you put this shit all the way up. You got to slam it so it's aerodynamic.
dude.
I'm
That's crazy.
I'm
Lanyard
already like
experience.
looking at lifts and stuff, but when I was going through the paperwork, so I'm like,
If you're
oh,
gonna lift it, it's gonna suck the toe with.
I was like, I'm gonna get this Emu one.
Old man emo.
Oh, old man Emu one. I'm like, this is great. You know, it doesn't look ridiculous. It's not crazy. I can fit cool tire size. I'm not trying to fucking go nuts. And I'm going through the paperwork last night. These motherfuckers put brand new bags, brand new shocks all the way around at $260K.
There we go.
So I got 30,000 miles on the shocks.
Ready for new ones.
All the fucking annoying shit has already been done. The timing belt, the water pump, the air pump.
Is
like
it
a brand new truck.
is it a non-interference engine? I think it is.
I have no idea.
You blow
It's a
belt,
timing
big
belt.
deal.
It looks just like a Honda, but 2 of them.
Love to.
So
Excellent. I'm excited to see this thing. I'm sad you didn't bring it.
Good for you.
you're gonna see it, baby. When I'm crawling over.
You gonna get rid of the Civo
I want to
and
so
just drive
fucking
this
bad.
fucking thing?
I don't want to just specifically daily this because I really just want to use it to bring my car to the track and like do like basic off
Do
road
truck stuff?
Do like mall crawler shit in the woods. Like
Yeah.
I went up this rock, woo! But it's like a pebble.
How's the
Yeah.
body on this thing?
It's really in really good shape.
Mm.
There's only
For now.
some clear coat peel on the driver's fender
Mm-hmm.
and like the A pillar. Everything else works and is there and not exploded.
What's a tow rated? It's tow rated pretty high, like 7,000 pounds or
I
something.
have no idea. I know it'll pull my car.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, best not to look.
I can't
There's
wait
no
to
limit if
turn
you
it
don't look.
into not what I bought it as.
Yeah.
Nice to shit. you
Just
know?
destroy it.
Gonna ruin the fuck out of it.
Yeah. No, that's
I can't wait
pretty
for
much
you.
the goal.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
You're gonna be so proud when I crash it into stuff.
I'm just shocked that the frame's
you to
in
crash
that
it
good of
whenever
shape.
Dude, I'll show you. I'll text pictures of group chat just so you can look at it. You're not gonna believe me.
Hit the GC.
I'll believe you. I believe you.
Towing capacity is 6,500 pounds.
Woo!
God,
I get tow 2 of them things.
there's a lot of big dudes in there.
You better buy a bigger trailer. Get some bigger friends.
I need more friends.
300% going to ruin it.
I'm gonna ruin it so hard.
No, it's good. I'm excited for you, buddy.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
The nice thing is at least it was relatively cheap. So, you know,
Yeah.
Hold on, thinking about this. How many cars do you own now?
3.
3. I might buy the old BMW back.
Okay, I thought you already did.
That's hilariously cheap, though.
The
I should have
black
bought
one?
4 of those.
Yeah, the black
When did
one.
you sell the black one to?
A friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
So he bought it almost immediately after, said the clutch blew up, which I do not believe because I did at least 2 burnouts in that vehicle and it was totally fine.
Totally meant.
I never had any signs of a wearing clutch. So my idea is buy it back, replace the slave and the master. Obviously, it just is going to work. Obviously.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's looking at. I don't think so.
Why don't you just help him out and fix it?
I told him I would. He's like, I want the
Don't
money.
yell
I'll
at
buy a
me.
new car. I'm like, dude, I'll help you. I'll just drop the car off and I'll fix it. And he's like, oh, you know, I'm trying to.
yeah.
Anywho,
Well, that's good. That's great news.
Mm-hmm.
view my perfect frame in your fucking group chat over there.
Perfect
I'm
frame.
gonna look at this frame.
If it's sent.
It had to be undercoated. If it's there's no surface rust on it.
No, there's one.
That's fucking. That's adequate.
There's one spot in the wheel well where there is, but I think that's where the wheel hit the frame, and like rubbed the undercoating shit off.
Fuck out of here. This is, dude.
There's
This is 100% undercoated.
It is undercoated.
Yeah, like
recently
recently.
No, it's not recently. It's covered in shit.
underneath the undercoat. It looks like it was.
A little show and tell going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, it does look like there's not a bunch of rust bubbles in it,
Yeah, which is good.
but there's no way that undercoat has 300,000 miles. on it.
So Toyota offered a replacement
it's
frame,
over
or they
all the
offered you
adjustments on it.
an undercoating, depending on the severity of your frame. It's possible that they just had it undercoated. I don't think that would go under the warranty replacement for the frame. They wouldn't check that off.
Will
Someone
it
said-
tow your stuff?
That's all that matters.
There
baby.
you go,
and
baby.
and at the price that you pay, like use it till it's
It's
done.
fucking no brainer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a trailer?
I'm buying one soon. I've been looking. You guys know somebody?
Yeah, I do know somebody selling one actually for cheap money.
Yes.
Wait, you know someone with a trailer?
2 trailers, enclosed and an open one.
Oh yeah.
You trying to go?
Open. All right, guys.
Come on, why
relax.
not? My neighbor's got an
You
enclosed.
pull in with my car doing a fucking wheel. He's like, I barely told this fucking thing.
My neighbor's got an enclosed, and I was checking it out, kind of poking around, and then the other morning I left for work, and there was like an electrical cable running into it. So I saw him after work. I was like, "What are you going on in there?" And I like looked, and
Tell me he's got a whole man cave in it. Tell me.
No. So there's a car inside of it, which I won't say what it is. I think I sent a photo to you guys, and it was on a battery tender.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's got a bunch of cool stuff. So But like he was like, yeah, I ran out of room in the garage. Like I needed to keep it somewhere. I didn't want to keep it on an open trailer, so I bought an enclosed trailer to put the car in.
That's insane.
That's a power move.
I know a guy.
Pete does the same thing.
I know a guy selling an open
Yeah.
trailer, decent money,
I like
couple
that
grand,
move.
Yeah.
What's decent money?
like $2,300 or something, $2,500.
Can I talk him down?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
dude.
of course. How much did you talk down the guy with the Sequoia?
Yeah, what was
He
he?
had it up for 4.
Okay, there you go.
But like literally when I saw it in person, I'm like, this is insane. It's too clean. That's why when I was driving it home, like something's gonna break immediately.
What
It
were
was
your
the speaker?
What were your target points? How did you get the 5?
How'd you get the $500?
500 off.
Just went
Yeah.
up there and got in his
Oh,
face, dude.
I literally didn't have to say anything. He's like, I
you were
literally.
just like held up in your knuckles and was like,
He's
you
like,
want-
I have my eye on something. I'll sell it to you if you come this weekend for $3,500.
Oh, so he took the 500 off himself.
Yes, and I was like, okay, and I didn't even bother haggling because when I saw it in
What a cuck.
person, it's fucking mint, and that's cheap money right now. Like $3,500
Yeah, that's
usually
light
for a
money.
Sequoia. It looks like it drove through fucking. I was gonna say a place that's been exploded, and it's bad. I
Downtown
mean,
Baghdad?
covered in dents,
Yeah.
fucked, rusted, destroyed. This thing, brand new tires, brand new brakes. It's mint, dude.
Tim Connors in the chat brings up a very good point. Always get your cavity waxed.
There you go.
True.
It's a solid place to
Love that.
continue on. Any other callbacks?
Oh yeah, truck callbacks. I'm a guy.
Chuck's truck callbacks.
Let's go. Last truck. We'll do it fast. Last time we took my truck to lunch, to dinner, it was like riding a pogo stick to the east side of Providence.
It was really, yeah.
It was real bumpy. It was
felt
like
like a
riding a
bobblehead.
horse. Yeah.
Felt like a bobblehead.
So the guy sold it to me. Took a bunch of money off because he thought it needed a fluid pump, which is like $2,000. Turns out it just needed a hydraulic fluid change and a $20 sensor. And the hydraulics on the thing can basically jump rope now.
It's the leveling and the up and it's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
You guys took a ride for it today. It was nice. I drove it up to New Hampshire to the hill today, and then back, and it was it's king in the castle. I share Shook's sentiment of just best truck ever.
Mm-hmm.
Just rolling on the highway. I was like, oh, it's gonna start snowing hard. Pfft, I don't give a fuck.
Let it.
Goddamn thing's a Land Cruiser.
I was so anti SUV until I drove this fucking thing, and I was like, I totally get it.
Just changing lives out there.
I totally get it, dude. You remove all the seats, it's a van.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
put all the seats in, you could. It's like one of those fucking party buses for the boys.
Yeah, you need. It's a real nice vehicle for the boys.
Yeah, yeah.
All the boys.
Heavy emphasis
Kiss
on
your
the
homies
boys.
goodnight
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
in the truck.
Big.
I mean, at
boys
least it's
vehicle.
still a body on frame vehicle versus like that makes it a proper,
Truck.
truck, right?
Like my X5, like a real truck.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
No unibody in sight.
No, no unibody
No.
for miles.
Yeah. Just-
So yeah, that thing rides like a champ now. So yeah, that's good.
yeah.
And you know what I got the other day, which we've been talking about for a while, and I never thought it was going to show up. I got my Moto Compacto.
Oh,
My
Oh my
little
god,
Honda.
you bought that?
Yeah, dude. Of course I did. I bought it like months ago.
yeah.
Finally got it.
How
Insane.
is it?
I would have brought it today, but I didn't.
It's
You just
raining.
wanted to let us all down one more
I
time.
just want to let you guys know. We're gonna ride it outside. It's fucking pouring
I
out
would.
all day.
You think I would?
Yeah, it's not yours. It's an electric scooter.
Perfect.
we'd all
Water,
be dead,
electricity. What could go wrong?
Just good ride, good vibes.
Dude, it's just funny.
You scrape a knee on
Corey drove it. It's ridiculous.
You could definitely tell that like a real company built it.
Yeah.
it? Okay,
It
yeah.
has like a much better build quality than
Versus the Amazon.
The Amazon ones.
Yeah.
It's cool because like the handle grips are like leather with like stitching.
Yeah.
It's like
It's pretty funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
And it has like a kickstand that's like this big. But
Yeah.
it feels really solid too when you're driving, which is cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever driven a square before?
Yeah, if you ever ridden on a
Just riding
suitcase,
around in a square.
I will say the seat is pretty uncomfortable.
Seat's
Yeah.
not great.
Like, they could have made it any other shape.
Then
It would
what
have
it
worked out
is.
a lot better.
Yeah.
it's all right. Dro Sports, the guy that do all the ruckus shit, they'll have a seat for it pretty soon.
yeah, no, thank
like
God.
some
I really
crazy
want to start.
pipe for
I
it.
really want to start modifying this thing. Put
Yeah.
a pipe on it.
Yeah,
It's
they'll
an
have some electric
scooter.
pipe. It just makes noises.
I just want the whistles to go woo. That's all I want.
Oh,
on
we
that
can
thing.
get that going. Yeah.
I did have a question.
Yeah.
Any update on the beat?
The beat is in paint jail.
Yes.
I have told the body guy that I have a car show on April 1st, so he's missed that deadline. I'm
right
gonna,
on time.
I'm going to hammer on him tomorrow and try to have it for the donut meet, which definitely is going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'd assume it's going to be in paint jail until this time next year.
Perfect.
You see how paint jail works, right?
Paint jail lasts as long as paint jail wants to last. And the more you inquire, the longer the jail sentence becomes.
Unless you have Twisted Teas.
Yeah,
And
you got-
paint gels.
You
rather
got Twisted Teas. Yeah, maybe I gotta go drop off a rack of Twisted Teas to my man.
Yeah.
Because it's literally just like side skirts and a bumper that he needs to paint.
If
but
you drop the beat off to root square, it'd be done in the next day.
done.
Root squared. No, that is
There
a
we go.
good
See, this guy's over here
episode
thinking.
name.
Yeah, fuck that up.
Yeah,
That's
big time.
oh my god!
God,
Well,
that's
that,
like
no, you didn't because that's what we'll put for the main.
All right,
As
I
long as
nailed
you're
it.
fine with like 25 footer, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
this thing was a 50-footer, so we're really
Yeah.
improving it.
We got you.
Yeah,
From
probably
50
should've
feet
brought
away,
a
you
pie.
can't even see a beat.
That's true. It's basically gone. It's a micro machine at that point.
It's literally a penny.
But yeah, I'm waiting on the beat with bated breath.
Yeah,
The guy said it's going to be done soon, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. He said that when I dropped it off.
I
in-
mean, $40,000
October.
paint jobs take time.
yeah, dude. He does have to paint the whole thing, if I'm honest, because it was fucking hammered. So we're going to
Was
see what
that like
happens
a
there.
is that like a quart worth of paint?
Yeah, I think it's an entire court. So yeah, I was just gonna take one of those touch-up pens and do the
And
whole
just-
thing,
right.
just out there.
It's literally smaller than the desk.
Yeah, just out there, Bob Ross in the
Do
thing.
you have one with a wider tip, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut my time down to 2 hours to marker this whole car red.
Dude, oh my god!
Give
Like
the fucking body kit a nice, happy little accident.
one of those turbo cans would just fucking blow the beat right over.
I got a power painter in the back.
Yeah.
You could do it one pass.
How's Battleship Gray? Yeah,
I think we have like 40 gallons of white
yeah. I think we have a lot of white. We could've
white
made it
industrial
white.
paint.
Oh,
Yeah.
gloss white?
Yeah, extra
Yeah.
thick.
Gloss white industrial paint.
Is,
Yeah.
is that the
Fucking
championship
extra
white
polymer.
for the walls?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that what
sure.
it-
Yeah, a little lead content in there. Make it really stick. So yeah, the beats on the way.
I look forward to seeing that thing again.
yeah, you and
Yeah.
me both,
So
buddies.
does Chuck.
I got a couple cars in forever prison right now, so
Yeah.
I'm waiting on.
When you ask Chuck where the beat is, it's like that meme from Titanic. It's been 80.
The GTR's at that point.
GTR's going. GTR's going.
GTR is gone.
She's gone.
Never even existed.
Dude,
Never even had your car.
listen.
The
I didn't
GTR
go-
at this point is like the Mandela effect.
Yeah, I don't even know if
Right.
I really have it.
It's the Berenstein Bears
You know, I was
of
fucking got the
cars.
registration and like stickers sitting on my workbench, and I'm
It's
like,
gonna renew again.
am I gonna renew it before I get to put the sticker on?
I love that.
Answer's yes.
Yeah.
Seamus would definitely fuck with you too if you're like, hey, where's the car? He'd be like, what are you talking about?
I don't even I don't bother Seamus. I don't give a shit. I'll get it back someday. I'll probably end up making something faster than it before I get it back, is what I'm assuming. I'd assume that is the van, which it needs an LS with a blower on it.
These are your guys right here.
Yeah, no. I'm fully aware. I just got to make sure the van's body panels don't all rust to hell. So the van's going on front burner as soon as
Oh.
the beat comes back.
They don't know what kind of van you have.
Yeah, what
though.
kind of van you got?
It's a G20, but it's the one from
Star Wars?
Grown ups too.
Grown Ups 2. It's
Sure,
David
pull it up.
Spade. Literally, David Spade's van from Grown Ups 2 was painted in Star Wars on all sides.
Yeah,
He's gonna bring up a photo for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Really, you need a show and tell with this piece.
Right.
Yeah, it's truly.
To really
she's
fully
a unit,
understand.
dude. So I want to put a LS with a blower in it. I don't know if it'll fit, but we'll figure it out.
Let it stick up.
Yeah, make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you do get crafty with the doghouse inside. Maybe the
Yeah,
blowers
dude.
in the cabin.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
You know how cool it would sound?
Yeah, the
How do you?
intake in there.
Oh,
the
here it
cooling
is.
Intake noise, yeah.
I was going to say, how do you
It
guys
would take
Google
all
this?
the air out of the inside.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, that's the side of it. Yeah, it's literally outside, but it's raining.
That is great.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing, like the spare tires, the Death Star. It's
Yeah,
insane.
there's a few shots. There's actually I googled it at one point, and there's a photo of it from the trunk or treat you went to
Really?
that someone randomly, like on Facebook, posted.
That's
Really?
hilarious.
Yeah,
That's weird. That freaks me
yeah.
out.
The force is strong to get
I want
you
to put it
into
on air ride. At least just put an LS, like give it like 400, so it can just blast tires off on the highway.
You need
That's
a
all that
blower
matters.
too. For
See?
sure.
These guys
yeah.
get it.
Oh, dude, you do like a plexiglass box so you can see it.
Yeah, replace the doghouse with a bunch of plexi.
Is that van allowed around children?
Technically, maybe.
The kids love it.
I'm gonna go with a hard maybe.
That's what I said earlier. It uses the force to get him inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I, think I was looking for it at one point, and I was looking for a photo of it specifically for something, and I like Googled it and found like a photo of it in the trunk or treat. I'm like,
Yeah, I
oh,
mean,
this
I definitely put underglow on it first to really step her up.
is-
But
Yeah.
I don't know if this is it, but I'll pop it up. It looks convincing.
Convincing. What?
What do you
As far as the
mean?
van?
You've seen the van.
It's kind
literally
of
outside.
it's
Yeah, but
basically one of a kind.
it's basically the only one ever made.
Yeah, it's.
This isn't it, right? This looks like
My
the
kids
side-
love it, so I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Is this the
No.
side of the
Not
building?
even
No,
Okay.
that's not it.
How dare
Whoa.
you?
Oh my god! Wait, what is happening? What is your Google?
I don't know who that was.
That was Shook's tab. Don't worry about it. Anyhow, yeah. So
The Dune buck.
I was gonna say it's no Dune bucket.
van
but I
is
don't-
van's definitely next on the front burner.
yeah.
What else I got? Oh, we didn't go to the New York Auto Show.
No.
Forgot about that completely.
To be honest,
No, I was in the doghouse because I just traveled and I came back and my daughter's knee was all fucked up and I would have gotten thrown out of my family if I went.
I don't.
I don't know what your guys' excuses are. The fact that there wasn't much going on.
I had also traveled for a week. I had a bunch going on at work, and the weather was so shitty that I was like, driving to New York right now just seems awful.
Yeah.
In my
It's
mind, I'm
never
like,
a good time to drive to New York.
today is a long day to drive that far for a steak because I didn't even like the show was
Yeah, the show looked pretty meh. I really wanted to go to
Luger's.
Luger's, but maybe we can just find a reason to go to Luger's.
That's what I was saying to Corey when he and I were discussing if we were going to go or not. Let's find
Let's
some
find
other
another reason to
car
go to
thing
Luger's.
and then have a reason to go.
Yeah, maybe go down to see FCP boys
Or Brett
Brett
or
or
just
some
somebody
bullshit.
within
just come with a total excuse to go down that way and then go
yeah
to Luger's.
yeah. Did we ever tell Jack Dean we weren't going?
Oh no, it was Jack. Sorry, Jack.
I just if he's listening, we didn't go.
Yeah,
He's still at Luger's, just pissed.
yeah. Well, hopefully he ate enough steak for all of us.
Yeah.
He's still waiting there.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Yes.
I lost my Makita work light that I had for like 12 years the other day. Worst day ever, dude. Can't find it anywhere.
In your garage.
Yeah, I think what happened is I left it on the Lexus and drove somewhere.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
Yeah.
Light and battery, so just
Yeah.
it's really tough for me.
Yeah.
Have you since checked under the car again?
Yeah. There's
thing's
nothing
going
there, dude.
out.
So,
Did you buy another flashlight to look for the flashlight on the side of the
I
road?
have another flashlight.
Okay.
But I was looking everywhere. I accused my whole family. I still think it's my wife. But it's gone. She gone.
You went out there.
You're gonna find it like somewhere in the woods.
I hope so. Because usually when I leave my house, I literally just drive through my woods.
Yeah.
Because I'm a child. But yeah, I lost the old Makita light and a 3 milliamp battery. So if you see one in Western Rhode Island, holler at your boy.
It's probably mine.
That's my
probably-
$65 loss.
Yeah.
Plus the
no
battery's
magnet on the
$100.
bottom or anything?
I mean, I don't think it was hard enough to keep her on.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
I was hoping it fell off in the driveway or something, but no.
Plus, that was pre-suspension fix.
Yeah, it was really
Right.
bouncy. I'm still
Super bouncy.
still pretty sure my father-in-law took it and put it somewhere funny, but you know,
Does
can't
he do
accuse
that?
the man.
He hides things on you?
He doesn't hide things on me, but he does take stuff and not put it back in the same place, which
Okay.
is the worst.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on that. But yeah, I lost it, dude. That thing served me well.
Yeah.
Really tough times out here. Now I have to use my Ryobi light, which
It's just not the
the
same.
bendy light, which is great, but
Yeah.
it's too big.
You know,
That light was my everything.
we all have our losses. Any other callbacks, Corey? You got any?
Only one I want to talk about is that all of Jordan's stickers have been shipped.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So everyone who donated,
You've
your
also made
stickers have
some
been shipped.
special edition ones, I believe.
Yeah,
they're special editions.
And I printed a few extras, so I'll have some of the donor meat, so you can come bother me, and I'll have them with me.
Is it
Uh,
the one in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Give me one.
No, you have to donate. You have to donate.
How much is it?
Anything above $1.
I'm poor. I don't carry money.
You just told us you bought a mint ass truck.
yeah, I spent all my dollars on that.
Yeah, anything above $1. So
All right, I'll find them.
you want to come up with something?
Wherever they are, I'll find them.
You
Buy stickers?
No, I'm going to steal one. I don't know where you keep them, but I'll find them.
Oh, it's in his front zipper pocket.
Yeah.
Go have a
So,
look.
but yeah, they're all been shipped, so everyone should see them. I don't
He's
know.
gonna intercept
Oh,
the mail.
besides home in Australia, I gotta figure that out. I gotta do some calculations on postage of
Just
how much
see-
it's gonna cost me.
might
but-
be easier to hire a printer
Just print
to
them out.
just print it
No,
out
I'll
there.
get them to him.
You might send your man a
I
file.
just don't know.
Right, yeah,
A
you'll-
very brief aside. Every time I go somewhere, I like to send a postcard to like a bunch of my family and friends.
Yep.
Right. When I went to Rome 4 or 5 years ago, whatever, I did it. When I went to Rome this past time, I did it the same, but I did it from all of my travels. I collected postcards from all the different places I went to. I didn't put enough postage on them. They never got to anyone.
Nice.
I'm talking like 15 postcards.
That's that
Right,
Italian
right.
post office.
Never-
Right.
Shred them.
The way it works is there's 2 post boxes. There's one on the left and one on the right. The one on the left is like if it's staying in the city, one on the right if it's going out of the city. So obviously I know I put in the one on the right. I didn't put enough postage on them. They never got anywhere. So I got to make sure I get enough postage on it. So I got to do some quick reading.
Just throw like $20 at it. It'll get there.
Just cover the whole thing in postage.
This is how they
Please
get
get
their. This is how they get their money back from alleged speeding
You
tickets.
probably go to the post office and be like, this needs to go to Australia. And they'll be like, all right, here you go.
Yeah. But that would require going into that place, and that place scares me.
Isn't there a
People in there are
local
just
one?
always so angry.
Isn't there a local one?
Always mad. Always
there's
mad.
one right around the corner from my house. They're just always angry.
My
UPS?
local post office is manned solely by angels.
U-
They're the
yeah,
greatest
same.
people, dude.
The
USPS.
post office near me is manned by demons.
Demons.
They're so angry at all times.
The guy that works at mine is a fucking angel.
Yeah, dude, angels. That's what
I
I'm saying.
walked in there. I said, "Hey, I have a package," and he goes, "You're this guy? Man, have I been waiting to see you? I have 2 packages sitting here waiting for your signature." I was like, "I didn't even know I had those. He kept them for me for like months, months."
Wow. No,
I
I'm
thought
not
it was just I ordered car parts and they weren't showing up. $5 should not give Shook a sticker.
ZHP 192 with $5.
$6.
$5 to not give
That's
Shook a
incredible.
sticker.
Fuck your mother.
That's amazing. Shook's, as we raise money, the value of the sticker goes up for Shook.
I didn't even want
So
one.
now it's
idiot,
$6.
so thanks for your money, stupid.
Let's get it higher, boys.
I think this is a good time, especially with the donation in the
Yeah.
chat, to discuss B for B. We can get a little B for B
Oh,
info.
yeah. Hold on.
And we got to pick a winner.
No deep thoughts?
Actually, if you had deep thoughts, do you have
I don't have deep thought. Deep thoughts? Anybody? Shook, deep thought? Bucks for the boys. What's Bucks for the boys, you ask? Bucks for the boys is how we keep this train a rolling, we keep this podcast going, and keep the lights on in this beautiful warehouse building we live in full time. Please help us. It's a value for value system, and what we ask from you is
It's amazing. We're here all the time, and we only record once a week.
yeah. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Perhaps.
We're just fixing air suspension and hydraulics. If this podcast is worth anything to you at all, anything, and we mean anything, please go on revivemotoring.com/B4B. You can pick a sustainable donation. And that means you can pick, if you'd like to help us out on a monthly, weekly, yearly, daily, whatever basis at any amount. And we appreciate it massively, especially when you find out how much money we don't get per listen. Also, we understand it's an economic sad time. This has been one for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go on the PayPal, go to info@revivalmotoring.com, send us any type of amount, something that means something nice to you, maybe a $420.69 because you were the first one to get engaged in your friend group.
Perhaps.
And then if you do that, Shook will blow the tires off his car.
I just ordered new tires.
There you go. But yeah, any amount on there. And if you write a message on there, we are contractually obligated to read that message during this part of the podcast, no matter what you write. So we do respect those that never happen as much as I beg for them.
I do have some this week. I get 2 this week.
Also, we still understand it's an economic sad time, and there are definitely ways you can help us out without costing you any money at all. Obviously, the easiest way is to tell somebody about the podcast. Hey, we know you're a car person. Let's be honest, a car guy. Sorry to our single female listener. But hey, I listen to these guys. They talk about car stuff and truck stuff at this point.
And meat.
So how about
Almost
you?
exclusively truck stuff now.
How about you listen to them? You know, or even better, force them to listen. You know, you could put them in a room and play it, lock them in there. You could
Force them into a Star Wars van?
force them to
Force?
Star Wars with the Force.
Use the Force.
Take them on a long drive and refuse to change the station. Whatever you need, pop us on, help us out. We appreciate that. Also, you can help us out with any type of hints, tips, tricks, pictures, music, whatever you like. Carmen Cam, Ayo, the female listener is single. I don't
Question
think so.
mark.
Anything you want, you can hit us up on the Instagrams or our emails. If you're a car industry insider and you want to leak us some new news, we appreciate it. Ooh,
Matt Wood.
1111 in the chat. Love to see it.
What is the relevance to 1111, Matt Wood?
Make a wish.
Love that. Also, I think the best way to experience the Revive Motor podcast, and everybody should do it at least once, is at about 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I mean about. Every Wednesday, we go live on the old YouTube, and you can pop into our chat room and harass us throughout the whole podcast, and it will guaranteed distract us from doing this podcast well
Efficiently.
and make it bad for all our actual listeners. So we appreciate you, but it is one big family of maniacs in the chat room, and it definitely helps us out, and we appreciate it massively. And I think that's what I got. What you got, Joshy?
Well, if you are an active B4B subscriber, you are automatically entered to win some stuff from us once a month. And from time to time, we'll send you some stuff in the mail, whether it be air fresheners, stickers, or postcards. Some random things. Random things from around the shop, random things from around the studio, whatever it is. Stuff we've collected over the years. If we need room for something else, we'll probably just send you some
Yeah, we're gonna
stuff.
ship it to you.
Yeah, get stuff out of our way, make it your problem. But
The old you throw it away.
we are here today to pick another winner, which we can do. Shook, you ready?
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything, but you can comment.
Yeah, I know. I saw you pulled that up. I said, all right.
We've
yeah,
got
go
the
off.
spinny
I got-
wheel of
I got it
happiness up
sore.
on the screen.
Sorted here, and we can pick one of the winners, and we will do that in 3, 2.
And we're off. And
We're
the spinny wheel of
spinning.
happiness is spinning.
That is fucking loud.
Spinning more. It's a little loud. It's a peaking. And we have spun number 74.
Hold on, let's see here.
Who's 74?
Let's go.
Definitely me.
Scrolling. Russ McDonald.
Russ
Oh,
McDonald. Oh, Russ McDonald.
And a winner.
You have won. Josh, what has Russ won? Take us through the showcase.
I don't know yet.
Oh, yes.
We'll pick some stuff and send it.
Congratulations.
I have some magazines. I have some back issues of the magazine.
Ooh, back issue.
Stickers. Definitely have some air fresheners.
Ooh.
We'll put together a nice little
We're
package.
going to put
for 'em
together a little care package for old Russ there.
and find some stuff that's on the shelf over there that was sent to us.
Canadian.
Should we all put a pair of used underwear in the box?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay.
That might be bioterrorism, especially if we're sending that from the U.S. to Canada.
Oh, yeah. True.
We love our Canadian
Especially
listeners.
if they're my
Yeah, it's
underwear.
Canadian. Right on.
So, big shouts to Russ. Thank you very much for subscribing to the B4B, and thank you very much to everybody else who subscribes and truly helps us, keep these things happening.
Do we have a BPL?
We do. Corey has.
We certainly
that.
do. This week's BPL actually is conveniently the same BPL as last week.
Bucks per
Ooh.
listen.
And that brings us in as 23 cents per listen.
Ooh, 23.
23 is pretty nice. We're getting closer and closer to the ultimate goal of $100 per listen.
We certainly are.
We slowly approach.
Dare I
Think
say, inching
Think of
forward.
all the truck stuff we could do with
Oh my God, the amount of
$100
truck
per
things. Those hydraulics would be working perfectly
We'd
on my
have
legs.
$200 every week.
The flexes.
Crazy.
We just got to
Wild.
start donating harder.
Yep.
To ourselves.
Some say love harder. I say donate harder.
Donate harder.
With that said, I think we can cue these other boys. News.
Okay, it's back. We're in April. And once again, VW has messed up bad with their April Fool's joke,
Dude.
which they're the best at. They teased a new Harlequin, which somehow VW doesn't know. They're a bunch of obsessed maniacs, most of whom listen to the show with Harlequins. Everyone got extremely excited. And they revealed, of course, that they had absolutely no plans to make this Harlequin and let down their entire fan base of hardcore Volkswagen enthusiasts.
Mhm.
Thank you for doing that again. It's the funniest thing that happens every single time Volkswagen does an April Fool's project.
I just don't understand who actually thought one of these was coming.
Everybody.
People who have
There's
hope.
so many people.
I know everybody get all upset. I didn't
Very,
even
very-
look. April Fools, I just stay off the internet.
It's the worst. It's the worst
It
day.
sucks.
I saw their post and I was like, oh, it's interesting. And then it was like, oh, on this day. I'm like, well, obviously it's not real.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's the critical thinking you have that was not passed along to
didn't
other
apply
people.
to the common man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, a lot of people upset. It was going to be like an electric one anyways. It's going to be lame either way. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, potentially like an ID4.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting that people really was like, this is it.
This
It's
is
gonna
it for me.
happen. It's
Yep.
gonna
Finally
happen.
going to get the Harlequin.
Hasn't
Can you-
happened since like 1996 or whatever it is. But
And shouldn't you just let it be special? Like, I don't want a new Harlequin.
Didn't they do
I don't want-
apparently people did.
I don't want a Harlequin, yet alone a new Harlequin. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. So, anyways, yeah, that sucked. But in the positive Volkswagen news for Volkswagen, GTI sales were up 156% first quarter versus first quarter last year.
Wow.
So,
I wonder what's up with that.
they're saying that maybe it's because it's the last year of the El Manuel, which is a big deal.
Interesting.
But
I wonder if it's going to be one of those, behind the scenes. Ooh, we did so good. Let's continue it.
the facelift comes out in 2025, like the Mark 8.5, I believe it would be, and it's a heavy rumor that's going to have a power bump. So you all fucked up. Congratulations.
Interesting. I mean, I guess they would have to do something, go on as like a final hoorah.
For the
Final
manual?
edition, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna make another GTI. And next year they're just not gonna make it in the stick shift. And we looked at the take rate of the stick shift anyway, and it was not high.
No, it's plummeting.
Even my brother who had a stick shift one now wants an automatic one. So it's different, a whole new world.
What is it? Different strokes with different folks.
Yep, exactly correct. So, but yeah, it's good for Volkswagen, bad for Volkswagen. Let them have both. Have the old Volkswagen
Little
balance.
yin and yang.
Yeah, little yin. It means bravery in Japanese. Yeah, little yin and yang.
Is that what it means?
My tattoo, yeah.
It's on your lower back.
Where's that
right?
right
Tribal.
above your ass crack?
Yeah, dude. Bravery. That's what it takes.
Uh,
The few, the proud.
What do you got there?
moving right along.
What are you doing? Do you want more?
I
I've pulled up.
Do you have things?
yeah, I got a couple.
All right, go.
Nissan sold just one GTR a day last quarter.
I think that's fairly good for them.
I was gonna say just one.
That's pretty
GTR.
good, especially
One
like
GTR a day is pretty cool.
for a 17-year-old Nissan that cost $123,000.
Yeah, that seems like
pretty good.
These guys are knocking them out of the park.
It's
Got
flying
Bo
off the
Vaughn
shelf.
up there, dude.
An insane amount of money.
Yeah.
It's like
Good for them.
I don't know, probably almost $4 million a month just in GTR.
It's $135,000 a piece times 365.
No, a day
month,
for a
times,
quarter.
times 30.
Oh,
No, times 90, right? It's for the quarter?
Yeah,
what was
Q1.
the statistic? Because that math is
130,000 times 90.
I thought it was per month, not per.
So-
per month.
So it wasn't quite what the headline said. Nissan has sold 77 GTR sales.
Oh, even I can do
During
that
the
math. That's
selling
wrong.
days.
Okay, so 77 times.
That's
100.
approximately 22 to 23 cars per month, and barely half the 143 Nissan sold in Q1. Let's see.
Well,
Last
luckily
year,
for them, that's only $10 million. So
Yeah, that's it. And I think we should have 13 months. Good call.
My quote of 3 million. Actually, that wasn't too far off because I did it per month.
you said 4
Per
million.
month.
You were
Good
were
for
right
them.
If it was 33.
I mean, for an
Is
existing.
that good? Are they celebrating that, or is that not good?
No, I think it's not good.
No.
I think that's I think
That you
that's,
can tell we're not running
How
a
is that
global
not
car
good?
company.
I mean, especially for a car that was developed 17 years
Well,
ago.
because
Like,
the market is the whole world, and they're selling one a day.
to-
How many F-150s do they sell a day?
Right.
It's a totally different vehicle.
F-150s are like $90K now.
It's
Same
totally
thing.
different vehicle. They started like 40 something. Yeah, I mean, it's
How many F-150s do they sell in a second right
to
now?
find someone to spend how many $130,000 cars are bought each day?
I don't know. Porsche probably sells fucking 200,000 a day.
I don't think
That's like what? That's like a base Porsche Boxer.
Jesus, dude. If you're going by the statistics of how fast or how many F-150s were sold per year, you divide that by 365. That means the F-150 is sold 2,486 times per day
That's awesome. Globally,
globally.
that's awesome.
Also translates to 103 F-150 pickups per hour in a 24-hour day, 7 days a week.
The F-150 must be the hardest vehicle to get a deal on.
Right,
it,
it's
like,
because
it's
it's
not
not
you,
like
the next
yeah,
guy.
you're not going to come in leveraging it because this is like tough to sit on the lot. Yeah, that's a wild statistic.
It's a lot of vehicles.
Yep, it's a lot of car. It's a lot of car.
Speaking of Ford
Yep.
and selling vehicles, we talked about the Mustang Mach-E, just like wretched sales, and they put all those crazy discounts.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it turns out those discounts worked. And their takeaway from it, I think, was wrong. So the takeaway was it was like, it turns out people want cheap EVs. And I was like, no, I think people just want cheap vehicles. Like people just want
Cheap things.
cheap things.
Yeah.
I don't think they want cheap EVs.
Right, it's
they're
not
like,
specific to the EV.
kind of
it's-
touting it like, oh yeah, like it looks like we found like the right price point for like the EV market, which I mean, it's not sustainable for them to take $6,000 off of every single Mach-E at 0% interest.
Right.
But
Was that's like sold, not leased?
it's total sales, so I don't
Okay.
know what that really means. So I mean, they took $5,900 off some of the Mach-E's, offered 0%, with an additional $3,000 off, and the sales rate tripled.
Yeah.
So they noted a 64% sales increase in February. So this is 2 months ago. However, even with that increase, it was still 45% short of the industry standards for turnover.
Wow.
So it's like, it's not only the slowest selling electric vehicle, it's the slowest selling vehicle.
Period.
Right.
Well,
Flat
besides
out.
the GTR.
Flat out. Flat out. I mean, maybe in this segment,
Yeah, got to be in that segment.
but I mean, it's appalling.
Also,
I mean,
breaking,
have you looked at one? It's also appalling.
Yeah.
That's
breaking
very
news
true,
in
yeah.
relation to the Nissan numbers. Porsche sells 30 911s a day in North America.
39.11 a day. Wow.
In North America,
That's
not in the
crazy.
world.
That's yeah.
Yeah, so that's
How much
bad.
is that?
Yeah.
One a day is bad. 30?
No, how much are they?
I mean, at least
100,000?
Yeah, minimum 100.
Imagine making that much money a day, dude.
That's what I'm
I
talking
mean,
about.
it's pissing in the
They
Look how
sold-
many from Macans
They sold
sell.
11,000 last year. Oh, Macans, they sold 27,000 last year.
Yeah. So they're doing all right.
Yeah.
Nissan, not so much.
Yeah, but like it's for Ford to get their takeaway. Like, oh, it looks like people want cheap EVs. It's like, no, people just want like a cheap vehicle to get around in.
Yeah,
That's it. They want a
absolutely.
cheap
Give me the
vehicle.
cheapest thing.
They want a deal. People like a deal. You like a deal?
Yeah, I like a deal.
There you go. You like a
Love
deal?
a deal.
There you go. Who doesn't like a deal?
Love a deal,
Shook,
dude.
he doesn't like a deal.
Shook doesn't like a deal.
Fucking hate deals, dude.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
So
So,
I bought
I mean,
a Ford Mustang Mach-E.
they still have now. I don't know how this number actually breaks down, but it was a market day supply of 404. So whatever that means as far as like they have a 404 day supply at selling. I guess how many this will sell. I don't know how it really breaks down, but it's a big number compared to a lot of other vehicles. So it's bad. I don't know.
I get bad news in
Fire it
electric
away.
cars. Tesla had a shittier than expected sales numbers in Q1. They delivered 387,000 cars. I guess that's shitty. Down from 423,000 quarter one last year. They're blaming, well, the industry is blaming high interest rates in the refresh Model 3, but they didn't refresh the Model Y, which I think hurt them.
What they do with the Model 3?
It looks way better.
Oh.
Take a look. See. Also, it lost the federal tax credit on the Model 3. But if you're asking for the old Charlie Justice hot take, it's because you can buy a Model 3 used for like 20 grand right now.
Yeah.
So who in their fucking right mind would buy a new one?
If you don't want to be too critical on the mileage, you can get down to like 15 grand for
Yeah, they're dirt fucking
Yeah.
cheap, and
Yeah.
resale value is plummeted. So
Shouts to Hertz.
yeah, that's tough, dude. Yeah, thanks, Hertz. Yeah, and why is the most popular Tesla? So people want that fucking thing. So yeah, they had shitty sales numbers. Can you guys please bump those up?
I was just talking
Trying
to a
to
coworker
Sell all that stock.
rented a Model 3 for like a weekend trip,
Yep.
and he was talking to me about it. and
That was
whatever.
that was a stupid move.
Yeah.
I know this coworker and I know this trip story.
Yeah. And so I was like, like I think the Model Y is like more of the play. So I was telling him about how we had gotten the Model Y when we were in Atlanta. You were in Atlanta.
Yeah, Model
We had
Y.
the Model Y. Like, I dig it. I dig the Model Y.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's good size for 4 people in their shit.
It's
Perfect.
one of the greatest appliances I've ever driven.
Yeah, it's an appliance. The people mover.
Yeah, dude, just
It's a great
lease
people
one,
mover.
fucking
Yeah.
drive it into the ocean at the end of the lease. Or let Tesla do it. Give it back to him.
They can sink it
Yeah.
in the trash pit.
So that was nice. Josh, you got something over there? What
I
you got?
do, yeah. So, kind of back in the sales numbers for more Ford stuff. Bronco sales are down 25% so far in 2024.
Oh, you know what?
From what? Were they out last year? I guess they were.
Yeah.
I didn't know how many apologists there were out there for the Bronco soft tops until I like talked about them.
Oh, really?
I mean, people were defending this thing like they developed it. It's insane. I mean, to me, the Bronco soft top is like more of a like atrocity than like Dieselgate was. Like it's
It's an issue.
It's an
awful.
yeah.
Awful.
Yeah,
awful
it's a
thing. Like,
scar on their
I
history.
said it should be a class action lawsuit. It's awful. No wonder why the sales are down. I mean, what is their take rate on a soft top? It can't be big. When you buy a new car, like how many days you get to bring it back for you to figure out the soft top's awful?
I think it's like a month or so.
You might get 30 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
No, and actually, if you look at used Broncos, almost all soft tops.
Yeah, dude, everybody gets
Yeah.
out of that thing. It's a disaster.
It's like covered wagon from the 1800s. It's like the similarity.
You got a canvas top.
They're
That's
pulling
about
from
it.
they're pulling
Yeah.
from their history.
Yeah.
Little Model A. Speaking of shitty cars, Kia is recalling 430,000 Tully rides due to a rollaway risk. Yeesh.
Roll away?
Rollaway risk. The intermediate shaft and front right drive shaft only partially engage when in park. Kia saying they only had 16 reports and 10 warranty claims. Despite that, they're recalling all 2020 to 23 Tully rides and certain 24s.
That's a lot of vehicles.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They say dealers will inspect intermediate shaft and replace it if necessary. They will also install an update to the electronic park and brake system to prevent unintended movement while the vehicle's in park. Worst time to move. Or anytime the vehicle's parked and the driver's door is opened. Kia thinks only 1% of the recalled vehicles are actually affected. That's actually a fucking lot of cars.
Yeah, think about how many vehicles Kia moves.
Yeah, dude. 1% of 430,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of oopsies.
Yeah.
So, but
4,300 rollaway
yeah,
tire rides.
sounds less at 1% though. So that's a good way to put it out there.
Right.
You just got to structure everything to
Numbers
like,
wise,
a
to-
beneficial.
It's
right.
all a game. Yeah, it's all a stats
Manipulate the
game.
numbers right to back up your argument.
I mean, but 1%'s only 0.8% of every Kia sold.
but look
you
at how many we got right.
know? Come on, baby.
Yeah, I mean 99% of them on the road.
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
okay.
We didn't fuck up.
Those are gonna be fine, but we're gonna recall them anyway, just in case. Yeah, I mean, those are doctored numbers over doctored numbers. It's a house of
what do you,
lies.
how much do you think that the update to the electronic park and brake is just a squeeze at a higher pressure rate?
Oh, 100%.
Just
It is it's like a 1 kilobyte update.
yeah, squeeze for all its life.
Yeah, it just says
Yeah.
It just says please
Instead of the
squeeze harder.
bias being set at like 15%, it just move that dial up to 100.
Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah. All set.
Just breaks the rotor.
The next recall is a year from now, and like the calipers are just
Worn or seized. Yeah.
We've hosted all of them. Yeah, so that's if you got a Tully ride, you might want to check in on that.
that was a hot vehicle. Think about it, during COVID.
Hot vehicle.
For some reason, the Telluride was like you can't buy it. Don't
You see
even
the new
ask about
Santa
it.
Fe on them streets?
Love them.
Boner jams,
Rivian.
dude.
Boner
It's
jam.
a gas powered Rivian.
Yeah, it's a usable, sellable Rivian.
Dude, the
That's what it
Telluride
is.
was like the international COVID vehicle choice.
It was,
Yeah, it
dude.
was.
It is.
It
was the world's choice.
Your brother tried buying one, and the dealer was like, "No,
Yeah, get the fuck out of
not
here.
a fucking chance."
We need N95 masks, a supply of rice, and
Yeah.
Telluride. That's
Dude,
how it was handled.
The new Santa Fe, I seen them in the streets. They look like Lexus GXs. You're like, damn, that thing's unbelievable. I don't know anything about them besides that they look cool.
I dig it. Anyway,
Brett Murray in the chat, as someone who works on a lot of Kias and Hyundais, F those pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Man culture.
That's my guy.
I mean, something's got to give when you got a cheap vehicle.
Something's got it, bud.
Right, there's corners
Hey,
cut somewhere.
Sometimes it rolls away when you park it.
There's
Big deal.
materials used that maybe shouldn't be used.
Save
Right,
tons of
right.
money.
It's give and take. It's give and take.
Yeah, dude, you got to make cuts.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the electronic park and brake and your car rolls away. It'll be
Josh, what do you
fine.
got there?
It's got
So
bumpers.
some unfortunate news.
Oh.
Many people have seen this gentleman around the car world. He was featured. There's been countless features of it, I think, on The Drive, probably Motor Trend, all over the place. And his name is Chris Cutler. He was involved in an unfortunate accident and passed away last week. And if those of you who are not familiar with him, he had a red Acura NSX with a matching red Acura NSX quartered trailer. And Chris and his dog would travel the East Coast. I mean, pretty much everywhere, because you'd see this vehicle and him up and down the East Coast with his dog, going to all the different shows. We've seen him at Wolfscart. We know he was friends with Jimmy and all those guys, and he'd go over there and kind of visit. He's all over the place. So unfortunately, he did pass. So there is a GoFundMe. We will link that in this episode description for him. Yeah, so go check that out. It's unfortunate. and I hate having to kind of read these things every now and again.
Yeah, it sucks. That NSX was the shit, by the way.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
cool.
very cool.
I probably took like 200 pictures of it at Wolfscar 2 years ago.
Yep.
There's too many good angles. The thing was so cool. It was rolling around with a dog bed instead of a car seat.
That was what
It
got me.
so sick.
Like once I saw it parked, and like walked up to it, I'm looking around, and it finally dawned on me there's no passenger seat. It was a dog bed. I'm like, what's the coolest thing ever?
yeah.
This is just the coolest thing ever.
unbelievably cool. So, God.
You can look up on Instagram at NSXtra to see the vehicle. That's NSXTRA. That's his account. You can find that information there as well. And like I said, we'll put the GoFundMe for him in the description. Sorry, Shook, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, like, the kind words that were being shared about this gentleman.
I mean, granted.
I mean, there's just so many posts about how much of a great guy this dude is.
Right.
It's like,
Just everywhere.
when we should all aspire to, when we go, for our friends to say as many nice things. Like, you should be that good of a person.
Yep.
It should be a personal goal of yours. Like, this dude was great.
Yep. So he will be missed in the community, and I'm sure by his friends and family. So let's see. I don't have any other news. I did have a kind of a call. I missed a callback question.
Oh, didn't you have messages to read? As we finally get someone that donated on the PayPal?
Good call. I do have those too. Those are on my other screen. Let me take a.
Let me get this real quick. My last piece of news. Porsche was spotted testing their K1 SUV. It's a 7-seat flagship big truck. Looks way longer than the Cayenne, but basically a Cayenne.
Yeah.
It's going to have a 900-volt battery with ultra-rapid charging, 10 to 80% in 12 minutes if you have the right charger, which no one will have.
But these owners will have them. Those owners.
Where are they going to
them.
get that power?
Yeah, where's that? You have 3-phase going in your... I don't understand
In their garage.
electricity.
Yeah. Pop
Where
that
do
in.
you get 900 watts?
900
Volts.
volts.
Volts?
Oh yeah, a little transformer.
Josh,
that happen.
Josh gets it. I
You
don't,
make
I don't
that
understand
happen.
how that can
You
work.
want 900? You want more than that? I'll give you more than that.
Are you trying to get 1100?
Are these pedestrians going to own this type of equipment?
Current might be really low, but we'll get that voltage up
We'll
as
have,
high as
that,
you
we'll
want.
have that baby charged in 3 minutes. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be electric only, or that's kind of what this was reading at, but that seems like
that's
a bad idea, right?
The way it seems, it's EV only. But and what?
Woof.
Because does when's this coming out? Does it say?
No, it's at least a year plus out.
Okay, I wonder if they time that along with their hybrid 911 that they eventually
yeah.
said they were never going to do, but now we're going to do. But
Immediately going to do it.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
you can see the pictures online.
hypothetically, if that hybrid 911 comes out and this thing's powered with that hybrid,
Yeah, you can pull a 911 with this thing.
Yeah.
And they both get pulled by a tow truck when they're on a battery.
yanking around.
Love it.
Speaking of yanking around,
Yeah.
let's take a little yank backwards.
Yank backwards.
To our B for B segment where we missed. I missed 2 messages that we received.
You
'cause I
missed
did
our contractual obligation.
literally,
dude.
and I said we have them.
And I was
you
shocked.
You were very excited
Joe on the floor.
and lost. So from Zach Q, Zach from JDM Seattle sent some
Zach
behind
Q.
the scenes clips to the Revival Instagram. Go check them out and feel free to ask any questions about the business.
Well, we have behind the scenes clips.
Yes, of a cool JDM importer of a bunch of different stuff, whether it be parts. I don't know about cars, but I know the behind the scenes clips that I've seen are a lot of motors, a lot of good stuff.
Love a motor.
Yeah. So,
Big motor, guys.
Corey, yes, guy is cool. Josh is great at keeping the pod on track. Beamer guy is 7.5 out of 10. I don't know why I think that's so funny. 7.5 out of 10.
I'll take it.
Enjoy. I think he's talking about you.
God damn it.
Enjoy listening to y'all after work when I wrench in my cars. Question for the members of the pod. What sound do you usually make when you hurt yourself working on cars? Please recite. Much love from the West Coast.
Or just silence?
Yeah, it's general anger that I keep in.
Yeah, it's just internal silence that I just bury so deep.
I just scream, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I
Fuck! That's it.
tools getting thrown across the shop.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, I've thrown tire irons through doors before.
I think I've mentioned this a while back, but like when BMX days, going to fix something and like a wrench slipped off a peg or slipped off a nut on the rear, whatever. I was so pissed one day I threw the wrench directly on the floor as hard as I possibly could on a cement floor.
Yeah.
Inevitably, the way physics works is it bounced directly off the floor. It hit me square in the chest so hard. It was like Mike Tyson just punching me in the chest.
Dude,
One of
that's
those
a good
fucking
arm.
thump, like right, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna have that reaction anymore.
I literally dropped a 10 mil just crescent wrench in the engine bay of the Lexus, put a new freaking hood damper on.
Yep.
I was like, well, See ya.
We're done here.
Yeah. That's fucking gone.
You know
dude.
what's funny about that is the dude who's building his LS in his car at his dorm
Yeah.
posted a
Now
video.
he's in building it inside of his car.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is amazing.
posted a
The
thing.
engine stand he made. Did you see it?
Oh, for the inside of the
Where
car.
he welded it to the frame so he doesn't get unalived.
It's perfect. So he posted the thing like he was looking for a 10 millimeter that he somehow lost in the car.
Yeah, dude, that would be me.
And just the quote at the bottom was, seriously, some scientists need to do some sort of report on this because this is just an
Yeah, it's a
epidemic.
phenomenon.
Yeah. And another message we had from Jeremy W.
Jeremy W.
Make Shook do his impression of a built rotary idol again. You boys are the best automotive podcast available.
Oh, he paid for it, so I have to, right?
A
Yep.
built rotary idol.
Your rotary idol is pretty phenomenal.
It's nice. I don't think it's that good.
it's
guys. Come on,
not-
let me drink a sip of water here, you know?
You can, I mean, if you
On
need
the
to, like,
spot.
Get
you
the
know,
pipes
kinda
worked up over here.
get
I can
in.
do it no problem. If you ask me to do it, become very self-conscious.
It's right,
about it.
right. Like, I mean,
Let's all stare at him.
we. You want to work yourself into it, like
Yeah,
with a
don't
good,
fucking stare at me. I'll
with a
just-
good
just-
macho man.
I'm just gonna do it. Don't stare at me. I don't like this.
Look into
Can we
my
turn the
eyes.
camera around, please?
Yeah, look into my
Direct
eyes.
switch.
Just fucking peek into the camera. All right. Rotary.
Yep.
He can't do it. He can't
I
do
can't
it.
do it. There's too much pressure. I can't rev it up right now.
That one I was just saying. That one was
That's
his.
honestly pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take it. I'll take it.
You got a little macho man in there. It's so.
Yeah. You ask me to do a rotary, yeah. I'll do it. Oh, yeah.
Always one of my favorites. Always the most enjoyable. Where are we? I don't think I have anything
We're
else.
totally
right?
I
off
finally want
news.
to talk to them.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. I think we
I
can-
told them they should have done the interview first.
We told them. We did tell them.
Yeah, we fucked up.
We told them.
So the boys are here to chat. All things
Reintroduce them.
drifting.
It's been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Deep.
Again, Trevor and Chris Root,
Yep.
the father and son combination.
Dynamic duo. Root squared.
Let me start with this.
Mm.
Was Dad into drifting before kiddo?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
go.
I kind of assumed that. Was Dad into, meaning Chris, V8 naturally aspirated American Power before?
Of course.
Okay,
There we
that's
go.
we get
Small
the gist,
car
right?
stuff.
I see where things can kind of make sense and meet in the middle. So, with that said, Trevor, what got you into drifting?
You know, I know it sounds stupid. It's really dumb, but I mean, or stereotypical. But I watched Adam LZ. You know?
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm-
Makes sense.
My cousin got me into. I'm like, that looks pretty cool. So then I was like, let's build one of those.
Yep.
Started watching Formula Drift and stuff like that, and yeah, don't do that.
You left out a
Don't
part.
go
No,
drifting.
you left out a part where he got caught doing 107 on the highway.
In what kind of vehicle?
It's a Camaro I got. It was a Turbo LS at that point.
Oh,
Okay.
geez,
That'll do
okay.
107.
Yeah.
It's a '88 IROC. And,
Oh,
Hell yeah.
God.
There we go.
Classic car to be doing triple digits.
Right. I mean, there's only one speed for that.
Yeah.
It's probably hovering around
A
107.
cop, did he ticket you?
oh, I got cuffed and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That should have gone a hell yeah, brother, and be on your way.
That's what I thought, but
He also had a CDL permit at that point.
No.
yeah, I was going to get my CDL.
Oh,
taking
no.
my test that Wednesday. I think I got arrested on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's not great. That's not great for the CDL.
Ooh.
No, but after that, after going to court for like, I don't know, 9 months over it, which
There we
is
go.
ridiculous.
Yep.
I was like, you know what? I need to go to the track. So I actually started with track nights in that car.
There you
which is
go.
Extremely sketchy at Thompson, you know,
No
Doing-
shit, really?
doing like 100-something mile an hour with, you know, 80s technology brakes.
That's
Not
beautiful.
ideal.
Yep. Yep.
But,
But at least you had a helmet on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Seatbelt was on. That's gonna do a whole
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to build a drift car. Let's see what it's all about, you know? And I'm like, oh, E36s, they're extremely cheap. So I got one for $1,200 actually here in Rhode Island.
Awesome.
And naturally, I'm like, let's just LS swap it because V8s are cool. So
Because why not?
so I actually put an LS1 in it. We built it. Actually, I think I did the important stuff, which is
Yeah,
will
you
make
did.
sense in a minute here. And I took that car it was Tuesday. I took it to a track night. I'm like, oh, let's track night this thing. Then I'm going to my first drift event on Friday. Well, after like 3 laps, I think it was, blew it up.
Nice.
Blew it up. Rod, I don't know. I didn't even take the motor apart. It's still sitting there, to be honest with you. It's a short block. But then we busted our ass with putting a 6-liter together, just stock stuff, 6-liter together, and got to the track on Friday for the first drift event, and, you know, it's history from there.
Right, that was it. So you were pretty
Hooked.
much hooked from that point on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's one of the most fun things you can do. I mean, straight lines are fun, circles fun, but I mean, kind of mix it all in there.
Right, yeah. Doing something that feels like you shouldn't be doing it, and Denofa just put out a video, his Porsche video, and the way he phrased it was perfect. Where it's doing something that feels like you shouldn't be doing it, and learning how to do it the best you can as you are.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that was part of it, too. Like, you can go drive fast on the road, but, like, taking it to the track and focusing on those skills, and you're like, oh, I don't have to worry about anything, and just focusing on driving, the best.
Right, takes the weight off of all the other potential stuff.
Oh, yeah.
The whole. Is there a cop around that
I like
bend?
accelerate like real quick right now. I'm like
Right,
looking
right,
around me,
right.
all worried.
Right.
Especially from where we were from.
Oh yeah, right on Route 9. That's where I got.
Yeah,
arrested.
Route 9, they'll get you.
Yeah.
Them boys, they got fast radios over there.
And airplanes.
So when you like started after you first started drifting, because dare I say, Michael Lynch got a bit choked up mentioning you guys at
Mike,
the
yeah,
drivers meeting,
or
or what's it called,
the banquet.
the banquet,
Yeah.
talking about how you guys came and started, and now you're doing what you're doing now.
It was the banquet after I think he ran into you guys
At PRI.
at PRI. Yeah. And it was just like he was certainly a proud feeling, I believe, for him. To just know like, oh wow, something he's responsible for, you guys were involved in, has been the foundation to something even more that you're trying to essentially accomplish and build. And in that same kind of idea, how long total have you been drifting?
So I started in 2020, and you know I bought my ticket in January, whenever they went on sale, and then of course COVID happened.
Yeah,
It kept getting pushed. I forget when the first event was. Maybe the 1st of May or like beginning of May sometime, and obviously you know it was all weird. We didn't know what. The
right.
hell was
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
Couldn't
At
get
that, especially that time for the first whatever
yeah.
5-6 months, it was quite
couldn't get
chaotic.
tires. But pretty much that first year, I drove the first event. I'm like, oh, I need an angle kit. This is so fun. Like you can see, I had like the little eBay, you know,
Oh, the
spacer block.
spacers.
Yeah. Tie rod spacers
super
or whatever.
ghetto, but yeah, pretty much just have that car, and I just drove that all year. And the next year, I think it was 2021, we went down to New Jersey for the first time.
Yeah.
And but I mean, we drove Lock City all year, still driving it. You know, it's whenever stuff doesn't conflict. But
Yep. I was going to say, so in a 4-year span, it went from very grassroots, very much beginner to, you know, I want to talk about all the stuff in between too, sure. But like now, 2024, you were driving, is it Pro Spec FD?
Yeah.
Okay. So Pro Spec FD, that's pretty much, for lack of a better term, AAA to FD, I'd assume, right? It just like kind of preparing, or
I always say semi-professional part of it. You know,
yeah.
you're not
It's
quite
just
there.
right. It's not the big game yet, but you're right there. You know, not too far behind them. Hell, you're having, matter of fact, a former champion who's probably going to be driving some FD Pro Spec events this year. Again in Chelsea. All right, 4 years. That seems like a pretty accelerated time to go from I'm at my first event to competing
at my first event.
right. Yeah, exactly.
So it's funny that first year in 2020, I actually didn't tandem, I think, until like the last event. Like I'm a relatively quiet guy until, you know, I open up some, but I was honestly too nervous to like ask somebody to go tandem. I'm like, I don't want to hurt your car, you know, I know how much time and effort I got into mine. So I started tandeming at the end of 2020, sorry. And then I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever, you know?
I was going to say, I assume it must have felt like another part unlocked of like, oh, not only am I out here solo doing this and it feels this way, add that trying to either lead or follow element to it.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was so. First half of 2021, I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. Just getting comfortable, learning, whatnot, and then I think it was July. I remember July 5th because it was right after 4th of July. It was a rough drive down to New Jersey. I went down to Englishtown for the East Coast Drift School.
Yep.
And I'm like, I just want to get a feel for the track before I go to Club Loose or anything, because it was a really good price to go down there and have the track to yourself for a couple hours. I wasted way too many tires. It's nonstop,
Yep.
But I'm like, okay, this is so cool. Then he's like, hey, you should come to the Gambler we hold here. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, yeah, let's do that. I'm a super competitive person, so I'm like, hell yeah. All right.
It's
Like,
quite fitting, right?
yeah. First off, I need a cage. So I hit up Nils. Guy did it in like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's absurd. It's
Per
absurd.
usual.
Taylor's oldest time.
A small little side. Nils posted earlier today, or it might have even been yesterday. I can't. I think it was yesterday. Of all the stuff he banged out this week thus far, and it's just like, dude, there's like 5 cars that you just in full cage on this, bash bar on that, whatever. It's just crazy.
He does all that. I show up at like 5, and he's like, "Hey, I'm just about to leave. You want a smoothie?" I'm like, I literally just stared at him just like that. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll make. You want a smoothie? Joe wants a smoothie. You want a smoothie?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's like in the front room blending frozen fruit.
Perhaps bathe yourself in
Yes.
the waters of Lake
Wait.
Minnetonka.
I purify your bodies in the waters. Of the time. He's quite easily the most interesting and lovable human being on the face of the planet.
He's great. I
Every
love the
time I
dude.
see him,
Yeah.
I squeeze his cheeks.
It's great, dude. Matter of fact, I am almost done editing the stuff that I filmed up there with you guys, so that'll be on YouTube pretty soon. But sorry, sidetracked. Got a cage from Nils because that was a prerequisite.
Yeah, needed a cage, a couple other, minor safety things. I had to have a Halo C or a Hans, which I just opted for both because I don't want to break my neck. But
Yeah.
Cool.
so
That's
we go down there, and this is just LS or 6-liter at this point, BMW T56 deal, and we put nitrous on it. That was our downfall.
There you go.
So
No, we
Um,
do that on there.
nitrous.
No biggie.
If I'm
It's
gonna be
been an extreme
competitive, I
class.
might as well.
we're like,
Yeah,
all
throw
right,
the
let's
bob,
do it.
throw the fridge in that thing.
Yeah.
So we used some old junk, right? And it just never worked right, I'll be honest with you. But we're like, this is a good idea. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Actually, he may have thought it was not going to be a good idea, but I was like, we have to do
Definitely thought it was not a good idea.
it. Guy hates nitrous. But
Reasonable.
we went down there, and we were in the stadium track. And I'm like, once again, I've only been tandeming for like, half this year.
Right.
So,
Right.
which that wasn't even really the problem. But the figure 8 stadium track there, it's way more technical than you think, and it's really easy to total your car. Extremely easy. I hit my car off of every wall there just about. It looked like the announcer likes to call it an airplane. Both sides were
Yep.
smashed in.
Yep.
Awful. And it was a relatively straight car, but nothing special.
It was never seen with steel quarters again.
Yeah, no, never. But,
I can't remember how many times I messed you. I was like, again? Again?
oh wait, no, I'm messing
was
that
the
up.
second
That
time.
was the second time. Okay, first time I could barely make it around the damn track. The nitrous was pulling timing and not spraying and all sorts of stuff,
Disaster.
and I completely just failed.
Just out of curiosity, have you guys ever competed in any type of motorsport thing, even like drag racing before this?
No, I never have.
I never competed. I helped my brother with circle track, so I was
Okay.
a lot into that. But
Just because it adds an element of pressure,
Yeah.
and a lot of other things, especially like, oh wow, it's not
Yeah.
only do I have to drive, but set up, all that sort of stuff, and
Yeah, that was just a disaster. It was a very quiet ride home. I was not too happy about that. I'm like, I couldn't even make it around the damn track, and I was so mad.
As
And,
men do, they suffer in silence, dude.
that's pretty much. You can ask my girlfriend. It was not great.
but I obviously have to assume, and I think kind of know the answer. You already had it in your mind. Well, it's not ending here.
Oh, we're going back.
Yeah.
So with his suggestion, we put an LSA supercharger on the thing.
Yeah.
he was totally against it.
I was like, no, that's more tires, blah, blah, blah. It was the greatest idea ever. But,
Turns out.
so,
Dad knows best.
yeah. And then that's the time I still hit it off every damn wall.
Okay.
And at that time, I believe it was Saturdays were practice, and then Sundays were practice and comp. And I just kept practicing the entry. Nobody was up there for practice. I'm like, hell, I'm going to try to enter. If I don't enter good, back up, do it again.
Yep.
You know? Finally got it down. And I forget how many cars there were, but we ended up doing a double elimination, and I ended up being in the finals for it all. And coming through, are you guys familiar with that track at all?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So-
Visually, yeah.
So outer 4, the last zone.
Yep.
It's me and Chris Knapp, and his family owns the track. He pretty much runs the thing, and I had to beat him twice because I lost in the elimination bracket and then won all the way back.
Yep.
So I beat him the first time. Then he's got like a 200 horsepower IS 300, non-turbo stuff, and I had 500 horsepower BMV. Like I should have beat him. Which I'm like, oh sweet, I doored him in the chase, lead him coming around, spin it, loop in 4.
Yeah.
Lost the thing. And we ended up getting second, which, I mean, for our second competition, I wasn't too upset with.
Yeah, that's pretty. You're right. Right.
You can't beat yourself up too much about that.
No. And then I think we pretty much just finished that year out with Lock City, and I think we went to the other gamblers. We didn't. Maybe that was the last one of the year. I don't remember. But then 2022 came around, and I'm like, we're doing all the gamblers this year.
Yeah.
All of them. I'm addicted to competition, like I just want to get better, and, you got a little bit of taste of success, and I'm like, let's do it.
You're just getting as much seat time as you possibly can.
Oh, yeah. And trying to do it as cheaply as possible, which it's not, but not cheap at all.
You got to find some way, yeah.
Yeah. And so we were at the Gambler, and I was talking to Chris Knapp, and he's like, oh, come do East 10 with us. And we're going to go beat up on our buddy Brian Hopp. I was like, I don't know. And then I think it was the next Gambler. He's like, come on, dude, let's do it. I'm like, you know what? I'm coming down there. Let's go beat up on Brian Hopp. And his car didn't even get done. He didn't end up at the event, but like his car was like MA Motorsports built it. Beautiful, perfect car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, let's go beat up on him with our shit boxes, And I'm like, sure. All right. So it was the middle of July and into August were the 2 rounds. They did 2 rounds each weekend. And so we pull in there. It's at Bristol, Tennessee at the track. It's not in it. It's in the parking lot. Kind of sucked, but whatever.
Yeah,
And, we pull up, and we have a 22-foot Winnebago with the sides taped on.
Duct tape together.
Taped together.
I fucking love that.
And an open trailer, right? And we pull up. Everyone's got enclosed trailers. There's like
Haulers.
one of them's like a full race rig.
Yeah.
Like
a toter and yeah.
$200,000 like RV setups. I'm like, oh my god, we're fucked.
Pro
Like,
spec cars.
but it's funny. I didn't say this to him, but we both pulled up. And we're like, wow, we're fucked, right? So then, very first round, we won the first round.
Let's
which
go.
was awesome. I'm like, I don't know how we did that. Like, we're up against cars that got 800 horsepower and all sorts of money, and like budget's not an object, And we ended up winning somehow. But then I think the next round we did all right. Then we came back. What's that?
Maeve and I were the only crew.
It was literally my girlfriend and him were the only 2 down there. Like, yeah, these guys got like a bunch of people on their crew. They're out there lashing valves and stuff. I'm like,
Oh god.
I was like, it's got oil in it.
Right. Are those tires good? Yeah. All right.
Which I joke, but I mean, we do take it really seriously, preparing stuff in the garage, probably over too much to a point, but I rather not lose because of something stupid. I'd rather lose to me fucking up.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Then we came back the next weekend, which was, I think there was a week in between, and then the next weekend, and we did all right the first round, and then we won the second round, and we ended up winning the championship, which was for a pro spec license.
No
So
shit.
That's crazy.
I kind of accidentally did it. You know, like I did not go down to East 10 to be like, hey, I'm going to go get a pro spec license, do pro spec. But I kind of ended up with it. I was like, oh, what am I going to do with this?
Like on paper, the car, we should have lost.
Right.
But no, it held together and we won the license. I'm like, what do we do? I was like, what should we do? I'm like, that's so much. It's, FD's so crazy. You're looking at it on TV, and you're like, I can't do that. Or, that's so.
The pro spec schedule, same 8 rounds?
No, only 4.
Okay.
So,
Feels like 20.
yeah.
I don't know how they
It's
do
priced like it's 22. Yeah.
I don't know how they do 8. That's crazy. I mean, 4, it feels like you're never stopping. You're always driving at places.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Where are the 4?
So our first round will be Atlanta, and then Englishtown, St. Louis, and Utah.
Yeah.
At least they're all close.
Honestly, the first 3, I was like, okay.
Not bad.
All right. And then you said Utah. And I'm like, well, it's what are we doing?
St. Louis is in the middle of fucking nowhere too, dude.
Yeah,
Not
as bad,
Utah?
though. You know, everywhere's close. After we drove out to Utah, everywhere's close.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like Englishtown, 3 hours.
Yeah,
Alright,
no
we're
problem.
Did you
Yeah.
you have to go through Kansas to get to Utah? I guess if you didn't go, there's a couple routes you go, right?
I think
That
we're more
fucking
north.
state and Pennsylvania just feel like
Pennsylvania.
days, dude. It's they're the 2 worst states in this country. If they just got deleted, no one would bat an eye.
Well, the thing that sucks about Pennsylvania, it's 6 hours and it's hilly up
Yeah.
and down,
Yeah.
up and down. Versus like when you get out west, it's just
Flat, straight.
Yeah.
So like I kind of prefer that, but yeah,
That part is fine, yeah, but it's just like billboards for hundreds of miles. Abortion is murder. Jesus Christ loves you. Abortion is murder. It's just
Corn
brutal.
fuel. Yeah, the corn
It's
signs.
fucking nightmare fuel out there.
Ohio's the worst for that. It's all religious stuff out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's
It's
like, oh
crazy,
my
bro.
gosh.
And then I remember driving through, like, it might have been Ohio. I was on my way to Indianapolis, and I'm just like, that's the biggest building I've ever seen. That's a church. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
holy
crazy.
shit.
Crazy
This
money.
is crazy.
Also, I love that you guys showed up in a Winnebago. It's like Happy Gilmore vibes.
Well, we can't afford a hotel, so
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, but dude, that's the cool part.
It is. It really
like-
is.
Just these dudes being dudes,
Yep.
and all these other guys have collared shirts on, and you guys came to fuck, and they're like, "Oh,
Which
what
don't
is-
get me wrong,
I'm
I
doing
love
my
a lot
valve
of those.
lash."
Actually, the guy sitting in the valve latch, he's a good friend of mine now. But
It's just a good way to look at it, to just kind of the underdog story. A
Yeah,
bit.
it's
You're
all,
just like,
exactly. Yeah, the underdog.
only
story.
open trailer there, you know.
right.
It's awesome.
That's incredible. That's the best. This is not literally the best part of the story.
Got to
Yeah.
throw a blower on the bago.
Hell yeah.
You act like we didn't think about it.
Yeah, dude. Every man has.
V10, right.
We did tow it to Atlanta with a 3500 utility body with a supercharger
Yeah.
on it.
There
Oh,
we go.
perfect.
Yeah.
There
There
we
we
go.
I
go.
told you they're men of class.
That's beautiful.
But I mean, pretty much from there, we're like, well, I guess we got to build a car now, which everyone tells you, like, no, don't build a new car. Use your old car. But I'm like, I don't want to mess with this one too much. I'm like, it won't be that bad, blah, blah, blah. It was awful.
It was
I
bad.
mean, so we started in like roughly September, right? And I had a different chassis already that I bought real cheap. I bought like 2 BMWs for like $1,300 and one was clean. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
ended up using that chassis. We stripped it all the way down, painted the thing, and all new parts, all the good stuff. Dog box, quick change.
Yeah.
Because it's not cheap, but I'm like, I'm not gonna go there and spend this time and money getting there and half-ass it and have a car to blame.
Yeah.
Once again, rather blame myself or our knowledge of the setup per se.
So for a FD Pro Spec round, what is the field of drivers that you're starting with?
What do you mean?
As far as how many other drivers?
So last year, I want to say there was like 38 they let in. This year, it's like 46 or something.
Okay. So I'm just trying to myself, educate myself on, all right, you have the weekend, you have practice, qualifying, and competition. And meaning this to why you're building the car for Pro Spec specifically,
Yeah.
especially with proper dog box, quick, diff change out. That stuff's integral, especially when you're trying to compete at that level, whether it be track setup or quick repairs and things of that nature, because how many rounds are you driving? If you make it to the, you want to win.
Yeah.
What's that? That's like 6 rounds realistically.
Something like that. Yeah, you got 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5 or
And
6.
plus one more times maybe, or
Right, just
qualifying.
depending
And
upon.
all the practice.
Yeah,
yeah.
practice, qualifying runs.
So it's just there's a lot that can happen, and hence why you want to build it, to make things as easy and efficiently to work on and
Yeah.
survive essentially.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much where we were at with it, like a dog box, right? If I mess up a dog ring, I didn't have one until St. Louis. I didn't have spares, but I'm like, everyone runs a dog box. So I could be like, hey,
Can I? Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give you the money right now. I'm gonna need that. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Same with the quick change and all that sorts of stuff. It's very, everyone's got it, and the stuff holds up too. You
Yeah.
gotta maintain it still more than your usual transmission per se. But
Right, just procedures and stuff.
yeah.
Do you have like a process for like, okay, after event, I have this checklist of things?
Yeah, we pretty much bolt check everything, change all the fluids and everything, and just kind of basic stuff. And like, as far as like the dog box goes, like we look if there's any metal, there's a pretty good magnet and it all sticks to it.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a chunk out of it, like we just ignored it all last year, to be honest with you.
Love that.
It was still going in gear, okay?
Yeah.
It worked.
But we ended up changing it out this off season, so nothing crazy. Just checking everything out. Like we look pretty good. Make sure subframes aren't cracked or like where anything's mounted. Make sure control alarms are good. We do try to do a pretty thorough job making sure the car's not gonna screw us over.
And you're learning, I'm assuming, especially at this level again, a lot of stuff on the fly, whether it be tips and tricks, different advantages, things like that. Is everybody within the competition worlds helpful, welcoming?
Yeah, I'd say everybody's pretty much just about everyone's extremely nice. You can ask them questions, and there might be a handful of people that like you ask like, hey, what's your wheel speed? They won't tell you, but it's like, listen, personally to me and a lot of people are like, I'd rather outdrive you, the best you,
Yeah.
than, get outdriven by somebody that car setup's wrong or something like that,
Right.
So, no, everyone, I can't really complain. It's still a great community, like grassroots, but except for like when you put your helmet on, you just want to absolutely destroy the other person in
Yeah,
the car.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good. It seems like you have a bit of a on-off switch.
Yeah. My chair's sinking over here.
It probably is.
yeah.
It probably
But,
is.
It's a feature.
we like people to really settle in.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it's I'm thinking about it 24/7, but it's just like once you get in the car, it's just, I know that's so cliche, but
Right. No. It's
it's where you're just ready to do whatever you got to do to win,
yeah.
work your ass off.
Yep.
You would never think he could drive with his personality normally.
Oh, thanks.
no, but he's very quiet, and when he
Yeah.
gets in the car, he's just a different person.
Right.
A couple T's in me, but
That's
Tier 2.
that's what I mean. It's just like truly because I've seen you drive. As a matter of fact, I think I recorded a handful of times at Lock City and things like that. And especially the car's loud and it's vicious and it's like, oh, he's on the track. There's a handful of people where who's on track at the time. Let's put it that way. So like you can see how there would be that difference. Because your general demeanor is, you're not an asshole now. You're nice to talk to.
Yeah, mild mannered, dude. There's
Yeah.
an animal out there.
Yeah.
yeah, big throttle commitment guy. I just like I like the sound
Big
of
throttle,
it.
man.
Hence
Yeah.
bouncing it off a wall or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll ignore that. It happens. It breaks it in.
The wall was fine.
Yeah.
Not many walls since.
I wouldn't say that. Yeah, funny actually. We were in Englishtown again, and it was raining that morning, and they have the drag strip there, and the concrete dries at a different rate than the asphalt, and it's different grip levels, which in the dry you can tell, but like in the wet it was bad.
Significant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
So-
I can't think of this. Let's see. The cement doesn't hold oil, right? Or is it vice versa? One of them like holds oil pretty
don't even know,
well.
but-
Like you can tell by just looking
I don't
at
think
it.
cement
sometimes.
does.
No,
I
it's
don't
just
think it
like
holds
the
oil. I
tar
think the
based
tar
stuff.
does.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And
Either way, it's a
tracks
bad
were
time.
pitched a little too. And my little brother's my spotter. He goes, "Hey, it looks really wet at the end of outer too." I was like, "All right, sounds good." And,
Do you have in-car communication?
yeah.
Good.
Yep. Just normal radios to
Yeah.
spotted. And so I'm coming across too, and the thing grips up really bad on me coming over the concrete. I'm like, oh shit. So I give it a bunch of throttle, picks up a bunch of speed, then all of a sudden just spins on me.
Ah,
It's just
At
not
the
there.
end of
Yeah.
outer two, back it right into the wall. Right into the wall. I'm like, what the hell? Broke the quarter
All the way
panel
to the
off.
tires.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's,
jeez.
there's a
God.
picture of it somewhere on my Instagram. the tires riding up the K rail, like the angled part. It's like at the top of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'd like to hit the wall every now and again. Just they have the other track there. It's fun to ride that wall. You know,
Yeah.
Keep the
Keeps you.
dream
I've
alive.
got no care for my quarter panels or
Yeah.
rear bumper.
Got to keep them walls in check.
Yeah, make sure it's still there.
Yeah. So this is going to be your second year of Pro Spec.
Yeah.
Did you take away a lot last year?
We learned so damn much.
Yep.
And just everything from how Formula Drift works, you know, like where are you going? It's stupid
Right,
as it
right,
sounds.
right.
Where are you going? Where's the drivers' meetings? When do you line up for practice? Where do you line up for practice?
Yep.
So much of that stuff is an unknown that nobody tells you prior to.
Yep.
So you find that all out on the fly, and he can attest to that. I mean, that's one of the biggest things, you know.
It's a comfort thing for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like where do you park? Where do we hang out the night before the gates open at the track? You know, like
Is it
all of
because
that stuff
they're like disorganized, or is it just because it's just that's how it is?
just unknown,
Yeah.
you know, and they don't necessarily they do tell you, but it's not like I think it's like just a comfort thing kind of.
Yeah.
Like once you do it, you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing now.
It's
you know?
sort of far comparison, but like going to Grid Life. It's the first time I went to Grid Life last year as a photographer. I know technically where I need to be on paper, but I don't know physically where I'm going, where I need to park, what time, where I can grab my shit, you know, all that sort of stuff. So it's like, I'm not going this year, but like if I were, I have a much better idea and be more comfortable with focus on the task at hand versus all the other, you know, stuff, logistic stuff.
Oh yeah, that's exactly it. And I mean, that's probably I would say the biggest thing we learned, and definitely some car tuning things as well.
Yep.
Like wheel speed.
Gear ratio.
Yeah. Wheel speed changed that car. Like I couldn't drive it the first half of the season because I had the wrong gear ratio in it. And I was like, I really don't think that's it. You know, I'm like, it's just driving weird.
I told them to change it.
Yeah.
So
Is
with
that something you learned from like circle track days, or
Just watching the other cars and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just didn't seem like
I
it
was
was
in denial.
Yeah. it
So,
was.
so with that and with that gearing, I not technically savvy enough with this, but you make the gearing longer or shorter to increase or decrease wheel speed. What were you finding wheel speed wise? You need your wheel speed up higher, need it lower to grip more and get more forward bite.
So, actually, it's funny enough. That guy that was lashing the valves, he came over. He's like, "What are you running for wheel speed in this thing?" I'm like, this. He's like, "Oh, well, we're running this." I was like, "Oh, that's like 20-mile-an-hour difference
Yeah.
or more." I'm like,
yeah?
"We're way off."
Yep.
So, like, what?
And the
I-
result, or that at that time when you were way off, were you finding it difficult to keep up?
So not as much that. What I found in the car, it just really liked to, like, oversteer really bad and just want to spin out, and I had to be like super light on the throttle,
Yep.
or else like it doesn't really make sense to me exactly, to be honest. But like, I don't know if the wheels are spinning too much and it's just wanting to spin, but I had to like feather the throttle versus when I got the gear ratio right, and like Englishtown's kind of my thing to base it off of. And you can even like I've watched videos and I'm like very choppy on the throttle, and then I put a 18-mile-an-hour lower gear in the thing
Yep.
about, and I can drive around there pretty much wide open.
Just pin it.
Yeah.
Pretty much like
Sick.
3/4 to full throttle the entire track, and it feels great right where it needs to be.
Right. Right.
So I mean,
Shit.
that's a huge thing we learned, which we never had to mess with. The other car just worked in second gear all the time
Right.
because it has like a 315 in the rear end.
Yep.
and
Yep.
It's a T56, so second gear everywhere.
So, for this year, is it all the same courses? So you'll have that information, kind of knowing going in.
Yep. Well, all the same courses, and you know, we did our best to keep track of all our information, and like that's another huge thing we learned, just how to run a team. You know,
I had that in the back of my mind earlier with, again, just the logistics. You have your small team of, it sounds like 4 of you, realistically, between you, your girlfriend, brother, dad.
my mom's usually there.
Okay.
My buddy Matt is there. He's my fabricator welder. He welded the cage in the pro car, the cage kits in there and everything. And
Yep.
so I mean, it's just us, but
A true family affair to figure out, you know, again, how are we all going to get to where we need to get to?
Yeah.
Where are we staying? All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and like that's another one of those things, like a comfort thing. Like, all right, where do we have to stay at a hotel here? You know, because like we split up our drive to to Utah and we stayed in Des Moines.
Yep.
Like, all right, this hotel's nice. Like,
Yeah.
we'll stay there again. You know.
Yep.
Or what flights work, what times they work to go places for, you know, if people are flying out. And, you know, just there's so much to it, you know, shopping for food, cooking food, you know, all sorts of.
And especially if you're trying to do it, you know, as budget friendly as possible,
Yeah.
it all those things have to get thought about.
Yeah. I mean, here, you take
There's
it.
no friendly budget. In this.
Let's be honest.
It just whatever. Yeah.
it's so
Figure it
just
out to get it done.
traveling, Everything.
Yep.
I want to say it was like over $3,000 in diesel to get to Utah and back.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the flight to Utah sucks. I can't imagine the drive to Utah.
There was 4 of us. It was a pretty fun time.
Yeah, we made the best out
You
of
all
it.
in the Winnebago?
No, we borrowed my buddy's. He had a brand new Denali pickup.
Yeah, that
so
made
it
it-
made it a
Oh,
little
nice,
more
nice.
comfortable.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't think we were gonna break down, so
Yeah.
May have had it on cruise control in the 90s.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what the American West is
With a
about.
24-foot trailer. You know,
Yeah. Just forging right to the west. Yeah.
it's, you know, you start the day out, you're driving slow, and you're like, I really want to get there.
Right.
Really
right.
cut some
Yeah.
time
I
off.
have 18 hours to bite through today. I got to get
Start thinking, be like, if I got like 10 miles an hour faster.
Yeah, start doing quick math. You're like, uh oh.
Which it doesn't really help you too much. But you know, it makes you feel better.
mentally.
anyways.
Yeah. Mentally it does. So with your second year or the first year under your belt, going to second year now, some car changes, you said they weren't too drastic. Do you have a goal in mind for you know what I mean? It's like feeling more comfortable. You sound pretty loose overall until you get into the car. Ultimately, when you're in the car and you're lined up, you want to win. Absolutely understand that. But are there some places you want to improve this year where you feel like, oh, we could at least get to this point or maybe make it to this round this time or something along those lines?
Well, I just want to pretty much continue our progress, progress from last year. I mean, we started our first round, we didn't qualify. Second round, we qualified and got knocked out in 32. Third round, we made it to the top 16, and then the fourth round, we finally made it to the top 8.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So I kind of want to just at least continue that progress.
For sure,
And I
for
mean-
sure.
I was
Hell,
thinking
I-
championship, but
And I
We're
mean,
going for the championship, baby.
yeah, we'll try it. Right?
I mean,
See you on the podium. I love that.
I'm fully confident as long as we can, you know, keep everything together and work. I think we can have a shot at it. I don't think it's unrealistic. You
Yeah.
know, at least
Right.
try to get some podiums or something. You know, it's
Our season started out very poorly in Atlanta. I screwed up the ABS unit and never put all the bolts back in the bottom of it. I gutted it because I thought you had to use it for proportioning. Well, I put 2 of the 6 bolts in,
so
and it's very first lap.
Lightweight.
down the hill.
so yeah. First lap, very first lap of Formula Drift.
Destroyed a brand new
In
car.
Atlanta, you said, right?
In
So that's down the hill,
Down the
super
hill.
straight, coming into the left, and then
yeah.
up, and or the what do they call it? The keyhole.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't get there.
Okay.
Oh God, I saw it.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So I was chasing Casey Cole. It's just who we happened to line up with.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. You know, like I'm gonna take it easy, you know, and he's taking it easy. And you know, I probably could have taken it a slight bit more easy, but I thought I was taking it pretty easy. I'm like, I know how to drive, you know, like I'm like, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to enter, get on the handbrake, get it sideways, and he did handbrake quite a bit, which this is not his fault at all. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
taking
there's
it
just the-
super easy, and I'm
yeah.
like, oh, we're getting close. I'm like, all right, let me get some left foot brake just to slow
Yeah.
the car down. Well, there was no left foot brake, but that didn't register until I slammed into him, absolutely body slammed him.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Ended up in the gravel, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, I don't have brakes.
Oh jeez.
And that comes over the radio, and I'm the one who did all the brakes. I'm like, oh.
And his car's probably like, I don't know, 50 feet away from mine. I can hear him screaming through his helmet, through my helmet. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh man. Yeah.
Very
That's
first
a.
lap.
That's a.
That's how you want to start, though. You want to start the low, you know?
only can go up.
Yeah, exactly.
So what actually ended up happening? Like, what ended up being the problem?
It bent. It has a 1/4-inch metal plate on the bottom of the ABS unit.
Okay.
And the solenoids pushed out. It bent the plate.
So we thought the ABS unit, it was proportioned in some way through there.
Yeah.
And that's what I had in my old car. So I'm like, let's keep it simple, keep it the same. I don't want to mess with it right now. We can mess with it in the future. So I thought it was proportioned through there. It's not. And
Things we should have known before last year.
So by not having enough screws in the bottom of it, it wasn't enough support.
Yeah, it just
Hydraulic
didn't
pressure.
hold and it blew two of them out, so it lost all brakes.
yep, bent the plate.
Get a break some eggs and make an omelet, boys.
So we got no practice that day.
Good
we had to fix
Lord.
the trailing arm was bent, which we didn't have a spare, but it was usable.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we messed up a camber arm, which was just a bitch because you had to drop the quick change down. It's like a stock E36. It's got like the captured bolt or whatnot, and you cannot pull it out with the diff in there. Stock diff, I think you can just kind of jimmy it around and pull it out, but not with the quick change. It was just, we didn't get it done till the next day. And then we had like 2 laps of practice, and then it was qualifying. So I'm like, oh boy, let's go. And then go into qualifying, entry, fine. Go into the keyhole, car doesn't turn. Like, I cannot, I have 2 hands on the steering wheel going like
Just
this.
trying, yeah.
I'm like, something's messed up with the steering rack or power steering something. And it ended up being the power steering pump itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what went bad in it. We changed the rack, and they're still doing the same thing. I'm like, what the hell? And we didn't end up qualifying that day. But then later, when we got back home, we found it was the power steering box or pump. Crazy.
So for last year, did you guys pick up any sponsors?
It's so hard.
So that's what I was just, it seems like you're trying to and picking up a few this year in particular.
Yeah. I mean, we got some part sponsors last year. It's so hard. You guys know it's same thing with sponsoring a podcast. Nobody wants to just give you money. It's
Right.
so
And it
Yeah,
really,
it's bullshit, man.
I'm gonna need bucks for Trevor over here.
Hey, man. It's going somewhat okay for us.
yeah.
Hopefully
We're still
we can help
here.
you out.
Yeah, we're still
Yeah, should
here.
value for value a drift team. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You can definitely. You want to see your name on the side of a drift car?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Just
everybody's
a drift car,
making
just
a
all
chalkboard.
names.
Just
That's
all, it
different.
just looks
It's
like
all
a
names.
scroll. Like here he.
Yeah, they're part of the team. Right. And it gets into a whole different thing of like, it's not only the program and being competitive. What are you doing like social media wise after? And again, with such a small team, you're focused on the actual driving and drifting aspect of it, not, everything else that potentially comes with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, I'm not a super good social media person, so like, I much rather go work, 12 hours on the car on a weekend
Yeah.
than spend 20 minutes making an Instagram post. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I struggle with the most, and it's unfortunate because that's what so much of sponsors.
It's the
wants and
huge-
all
yeah.
that. It's the biggest part of it.
Yep.
You could be the worst driver out there, but if you got good social media, you'll get sponsors.
Yeah, if you had a good click rate,
Right.
that's all that matters.
Yeah,
Right.
it's the same exact thing, as a podcast. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
Yeah. No, it's like you said, it's just one of those unfortunate things. I think with you and you guys in particular, like, just keep doing what you're doing. If you can make it happen yourselves, make it happen yourselves. And then hopefully when you're there and you're on a podium or it's the end of the season, you're like, holy shit, we did this and look what we accomplished. Things will hopefully, get noticed a bit more.
It's a never-ending cycle of sending, sponsorship decks to people and updating current sponsors.
Yep.
Nobody sees that and how hard it is when you run a team per se.
Yeah.
Or run a program. That's one of the worst parts about it. You can be at the literally. It's funny, we joke being at the event is like the least stressful part about it most of the time.
I get that. Yeah.
Like practice is over, you got nothing to do for the rest of the day. You're like so calm because you can't do anything as long as your car is good. That's the most calm part of the entire time. Other than that, you're stressing about everything. you know?
Right.
How are we going to get there? What are we going to pay for? This, that, social media stuff,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do you have a favorite course that you've driven on the Pro Spec circuit?
I don't know. That's like picking your favorite kids because they all they're all so much fun.
Yeah.
And Atlanta's tough. I only got 4 laps on it. I didn't get
Right,
the
right,
battle
right.
on it, so I'd really love to experience that more. But I mean, Englishtown I love. Just Englishtown, the vibes. I'm good friends with a lot of people down there, and they're all just, it's so much fun. Such a good time. You know, we're racing pit bikes in the pits, you know.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
being, you know, just having fun. And so I'd say like the vibes and the best track is certainly there. But like Utah was so cool. You know, you're entering at just about 100 mile an hour or over with the mountains in your background, and the whole track is quite literally wide open.
Yeah.
You enter,
Yeah.
once you get transition, it's wide open. You can,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
Do you ever get scared in the car?
He does. It's funny. We were running the bank at Thompson, and we asked, who's the guy that runs the track there?
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah, we're like, hey, can we run the bank? Me and Jake Lipton. Do you
With
know-
the vet,
Yeah.
I have footage of that because it was, again, one of those things that stand out and was like, you know, noise catching and eye catching, because it was, oh, wow, look at these very loud, going very fast cars emitting all the smoke off the rear end. And matter of fact, I think it was myself and Raph. This was when we were filming some stuff for Staggered last year and shooting some photos and stuff.
Yep.
And it was one of those things that just stood out like, oh, would you look at that?
Yeah. Scott likes Jake, so he lets him kind of do some of that stuff sometimes. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to join in. He's like, all right, cool. So, I mean, I scared the hell out of him because, I mean, it's pretty sketchy. You're going up and you're flicking straight towards the wall.
Yeah.
At
You know.
roughly what mile per hour?
That was like 70, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 70, 80, I think I saw on the GoPro. But, you know, you're flicking in, looking straight at the outside wall of the track.
Yep.
And then you're hoping it comes back, and which I'm fine the whole time. He's
Hoping it comes
like,
back.
He's like, I don't want to do that again. But yeah, that's fun. But other than, I mean, I don't really get bothered.
Well, you said
I
you just kind of get in the zone when you're in the car.
Yeah.
And what really made me ask that question was, again, like 100-mile-an-hour entries. It's from a spectator, it's a wild thing to see. So I can only imagine what it feels like in the car.
Yeah, I mean, and thankfully at that track too, there's a lot of runoffs. So it's not really like anything's gonna happen if you mess up.
The
too
risk
bad.
reward, yeah.
So I mean,
yeah.
maybe if you put a wall at the end of that, I'd be a little more
Right.
more timid and scared in the car. But no, not really too often. Get scared.
Is Englishtown your favorite track overall to drive?
Probably because I think that's probably the one I'm best on, and
Mhm.
I've been to most, and like I said, everything about it, and I could drive that track like with my eyes closed. It's so much fun. It's so simple, but it's so good, and even the road course is a whole lot of fun too.
Yep.
It's a whole different game, and like you get like one lap out of tires because it's a cheese grater, but but it's fun.
Have you driven the new stuff at Lock City yet?
No, the back section. No, I
I
want
feel like
to
you're
do
gonna
that.
shred that shit.
I know. I want to try to get Lynch to let me take like one lap in my pro car. That's extremely loud. So I don't know if he'll allow it, but I want to do the road course so bad in that thing. It'd
You
be
might
so
be able to
much
talk
fun.
Daddy Lynch into that.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that. You know, proud dad moment from him.
Yeah, good social media for everyone involved.
Exactly.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
That's true. I mean,
Can't argue with that.
Really pump those numbers up.
Can't
we
put
were
a
just
price on
talking about
that.
it. I was like, oh, that'd be so much fun just to rip it.
So the pro car. What we didn't really talk about that motor set. Now, if there's stuff that you're not willing to share, we understand. You know, it by no means.
Open book.
So let's talk about that setup in particular for this year.
So we had a LSX block. Like, it's a stupid block. It's like a $3,000 block if you buy a new. It was in his buddy's Corvette that burnt to the ground on the Gold Star Bridge.
Jeez.
God.
Yep. And that thing was a twin turbo C5 Corvette. It was sick. But so he's like, I want nothing to do with it. So he gave us, we bought the car back from the insurance or whatever, and we chopped the motor out of it. So we had a good core motor there. It was a little rusty, but sent the thing over to the machine shop, got it all freshened up. So it's a 418 stroker LSX, and you know, big cam in there. I don't even know what brand heads they are, to be honest with you. The machine shop guy's like, I've got these, they're real good. I'm like, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Sounds good.
And then we just got a Magnuson 2300 on the top of it, and she rips. We make like 700
Jesus.
horsepower and like 800 foot-pounds of torque.
Jesus, dude.
That'll do.
Oh yeah,
Oh God.
That's yeah.
yeah. That's on.
Screaming Eagles.
Oh yeah, Sunoco 100 too. I mean, if we went to 85 or something, we could probably pick up.
Get a little more out of her.
Yeah, but one of those things this year. I'm sticking with 100 with Sunoco 100 just to start. Just don't mess anything up.
Yep.
Know
Yep.
exactly what the car does like this. Don't want to go changing it now.
Yep.
But
That thing must sound fucking obscene.
oh, it's. Turbo Mike, he goes, yeah, it's the best sounding car in Pro Spec. I was like, that's all I need.
Let's go.
Well, actually, we were tuning that car at his shop, right?
Yeah.
And I get there, I don't know, it must have been like noon or something. And we put on the dyno. We were having some issues. The spark plug wire was hitting the header and was arcing out, was misfiring and stuff.
That was
And then,
happening to me.
Yeah, it's every Turbo Mike adventure has some issues to start.
So it turned into being an all-day thing. The intake boot was collapsing
Same.
because it was just a big rubber silicone boot.
It was just sucking
And
it
it
right
was-
in. Yeah.
Yep. And it was just like not going over 6,500
Oh,
as
no.
much as he wanted to do, when it was pulling. But so we're making pulls, and it's a straight pipe, X pipe deal, loud as hell.
3-inch each side.
So
Oh, Jesus,
his neighbor comes pulling up. He's like, I live a quarter mile away. I can hear this thing. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, we got yelled at pretty good. He's like, do you know Tyler Foley at all? He's another Connecticut guy, but he tells him, he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to put mufflers on that thing when you come here. So
Is there a decibel limit for it?
for Formula Drift?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I should have
No.
specified.
Sure, the men are men out there.
I like that. That's good.
Well, people use it to their advantage or disadvantage too. Like people like quieter cars so that you can't hear as many, throttle corrections or
Yep.
whatnot.
Yep.
And some people like loud cars, so you just can't make the turbo guys hear their car.
Yeah.
Loud and proud.
Because you are being judged on that, right? The entire time. It's not just, setting a good lead and a good follow in your positioning, but there's you guys run the LEDs as well to show
Yeah.
decel and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
You're not far, like, from the big game, you're pretty close.
No, I mean it's
Just
some
for you to
E85,
think about
and you're
that,
at
it's just
big
like,
game
that's
level.
pretty fucking cool, dude.
That's it.
It's
I mean, you look at like there's Andy Haley. He got second in the championship, I believe, and I think he put a bigger blower on his car,
yep,
and he's going to pro this year.
yep.
So like they're not that far off, but I think the competition is extremely far off.
Okay.
I think there is a huge skill gap between the two. Maybe not for some of the, very top end, but for the majority
Yep.
it's far off. It's a step up.
Yep. Well, take some time to develop. And again, you're
And a whole lot of money.
yeah, that as well.
With the 8 rounds.
Well, after you win this year,
See?
You know?
That's what I need over there.
this is my favorite drift team right here. So
Well, maybe if Vaughn knocks on the door or something,
Yeah, and I don't want to Ford though.
that'd be
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Oh man, lay
Oh,
it down.
shit.
if Vaughn knocks
Especially
on the
those
door, you'd be
motors.
like, "Yeah, sir, we're like totally Chevy guys."
I love Fords. Always loved them. Mustang's favorite car since I was born.
Yeah.
Big RTR guy.
Middle name Mustang.
Yeah. Couldn't wait for this.
Trevor bucking Bronco route.
Yeah. How'd you know?
So what is something you're going to do in particular driving wise this season that's changed?
Go fast. I mean, it's just more reps, really. I don't know if there's anything in particular that I'm working on, but like now that we got the car feeling pretty good, I think I'm just gonna focus on being more consistent, getting my marks on the track. I kind of struggle with that. Like entering is almost the toughest thing for me to stay consistent. Like to enter, same speed, same exact point, pull the handbrake at the same time. Like that's the thing I struggle with the most. So I've been messing around with the simulator, trying to keep it consistent.
Yep.
But I guess you could say consistency is probably the thing I'm gonna be working on the most. But other than that, just drive my ass off and hope for
just-
the best.
Yeah, see what happens.
Have you found the sim to be helpful?
I'll tell you in Atlanta because I've been driving Atlanta a
Okay.
bunch. But I think it's good. There's definitely a lot that translates with it. Like when you're chasing somebody in sim, like I almost kind of get that same like feeling of like I don't know if it's adrenaline or what. You're like it's kind of the same. It's good to stay sharp and like you can crash somebody and it doesn't hurt anyone.
Right,
So,
right. The
you know,
repercussions aren't as bad.
you can go
Yeah.
do 1,000 laps.
Yeah.
How crazy was it going? I tried to explain this to somebody recently, but like you drive because I drove a lot alone, and then the first time you do like a tandem, I was shaking, like my hands were like, and I was like, that was and I wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I wasn't even close. So if you look at the video, I'm not even close, and I was like, that was fucking sick, like oh my god, and then you're like chasing that, like. When I drove Lebanon, I'm like, I'm gonna touch Taylor's door. Like, I was like, all for it. Couldn't do it, but I wanted to. And you're like, it's like a whole new game.
Oh yeah, you never want to do a single lap again. It's
No.
the coolest thing ever. It's all you want to do.
Yep. It's fucking literally still like even now, like when I don't want to say it's like nerves, but I'm like, I get wicked anxious, like all rattled up. My first lap, ass every time. So I used like to go behind, but like, yeah, I don't even want to drive alone anymore.
Oh no, it's no fun. No fun.
Just get the fucking heebie-jeebies out, and then I'll.
You should come down to the Gambler.
No, dude. I don't have enough power for that.
235 class, you're fine.
Okay, sure.
Wait,
Now that you get the
Yeah, an
truck to
extra
do it,
Winnebago I could borrow.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I bought a truck.
you get the truck, you can
Let's
sleep in
go.
it.
Yeah.
Take
I
the
could
seats
sleep in
out.
the truck.
Little air mattress should be golden, son.
Yeah.
Classic truck stuff.
I would if I got to the point where I felt comfortable enough to compete. I would definitely try a Gambler out for sure.
Pretty much how I've done it. You just throw yourself to the wolves and
Just
figure out
fucking
what
go and see what
happens.
happens.
Like-
Yeah.
That's
were you
like-
not listening?
Once I get all my suspension shit hammered out, I'd like to try and do a Lock City event and then like the street comp, and then I would go do a Gambler.
Yeah, I want to do the street comp. Nothing I have is a street car though.
I have a
Need a
couple
third
more
car.
questions, and then we'll answer some questions that we have from Instagram. Do you have a routine when you're at the line? Are you listening to? Actually, you have a spotter, so you're listening to them, right? But do you have a song you listen to beforehand, or is there something like that you kind of get into the groove of? It's time to drive.
No, nothing in particular. I'd say like it's funny. We tried experimenting some with music and like
Yep.
like some rock and rap like kind of gets me going. We tried that, and I think there is something to that. But pretty much, I like to just be quiet, focus, and like I kind of imagine the run in my head. I'm like, all
Yep.
right, this is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna enter here. I'm gonna be right on his door. It's gonna be perfect the entire time. I kind of imagine the run.
Yep.
But I mean, that's about it. Is just focusing and being quiet. I don't necessarily jam music or anything.
Right. Because I do have to say, like, obviously, there's a big mental part to this.
Oh yeah.
I think. And again, with reps and comfort, you've settled in, you're a little less rattled, and it's easier to focus on the task at hand. But I can imagine you'll see an improvement this year just from, again, familiarity.
Yeah. No, and it's funny. Jeff Stoneback, I drove with him at one of the Gamblers, and he's like, at this point, we're all such good drivers. He goes, it's all mental from here.
Yeah.
It's all mental. And it's so true. It's like, you know how to drive a
Right,
car.
you can do it. Yeah, it's just shaking those
over
extra,
that.
get out of your own head, essentially.
Yeah, which that's the toughest part about it.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure. Hell, golf. You know what I mean? It's just like golfers
Oh,
out
yeah.
there when they can harness to be able to actually hit their shot when it's time to nut up. What other events you going to this year? Obviously, there's a big effort in endeavor with the FD stuff. What's some other stuff you might be attending or trying to attend?
So obviously all the FD stuff, and then I'm gonna try to run all the Gamblers just because I love competition. It doesn't get old to me. It's just I love it.
With
And,
those gamblers, do you run the pro car?
so they actually have two classes. It's the unlimited class, which is unlimited.
Yep.
Bring anything, run what you got, and then they have a 235 class, and I'm kind of gonna bounce back and forth with which one I do, or we're messing around with the idea of doing both. Bringing both cars, but that's a really expensive weekend. So,
Yep.
but like I'm gonna be doing the 235 class at the end of April here, and because it's like 1 week before Atlanta, so
Yeah.
I don't really want to mess up the car.
So that's the thing is I can see a lot of pros to running them with a different car just to stay sharp for you, you to get that feel again, not just the sim stuff, but also comes with a risk if you do run that car of, oh shit.
It's more time on it, more hours on everything. But I mean, once you can like drive, I think you can kind of hop in whatever and be able to do pretty well, especially with two cars that are very similar. They're both E36s, they're both exactly the same for the most part, other than powertrain stuff,
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Any other chassis you'd like to build?
I'd really love a Corvette.
Okay.
Just because I love America.
God damn.
And it would just be cool. And, I just think it'd be cool. But other than that, there's no other reason I'd have anything else. Just because it works.
Yeah, it's perfectly suitable. Yeah, to get
36s, 46s, they just work.
you'll
What
get the
about an
job done.
IROC Z?
Yes. I have seen somebody drift that before.
There was one at Lock City for a little bit.
The maroon one?
It was like doo-doo brown.
Oh, well.
Makes
I'm
perfect
colorblind,
sense.
so-
But I'm hoping to hit up some Lock City events this year, too. Usually it ends up being later in the season just because that's when there's less conflicting stuff.
Yep.
But that's pretty much what's on the schedule for now. I wanted to go to Staggered, but we'll be driving from Utah, I believe.
Oof.
I think we might do Grid Life this year at Lime Rock if we get accepted.
Yep.
But that track was sick. I was played with car problems all last year
Yep.
during that event, but so cool. Such a beautiful track.
Yeah, it was wild.
I've never
Just a
been there.
wild scene overall.
Crazy. I'm like, this is the most beautiful racetrack I have ever been to.
It's super cool. It's set up perfectly for a racetrack. It's just everything's on the exterior. All the people can be on the inside and really see almost any part they want.
Yeah.
Just a cool setup overall. Let's see. There's some questions here. Dat Maganji.
Damaganji.
What is the best all-around chassis ever, and why is it the E36? It's pretty.
It certainly seems to be a popular one.
It certainly is. Yeah.
Like I said, the only reason I picked it was cheap, and there's just crazy amounts of aftermarket support.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's really what it comes down to. For me.
They're very easily swapped to literally almost anything you want.
Buy a kit.
Yeah.
Done.
Right.
I feel like in the FD you see more 46.
Yeah.
And
I think they're just kind of built a slight bit better is why you see them, and they're a little bit newer,
Mm-hmm.
if
I
you
feel
want
like,
to call
yeah.
it that.
Yeah.
Even though they're like technically a model year apart or whatnot. you
Right.
know?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think people like that for sponsors as well. But E36, best car.
True.
Let's see. Parking lot car show. Anybody else
Parking
doing
lot
the
car show.
pothole slalom? Hope I don't get pulled over. We were
Oh, we're
discussing.
doing it around here big time.
We were discussing just Rhode Island as a whole being
Big
able
tires.
to suspension test.
You need 30-inch plus tires. and you'll be fine.
I hit a pothole so big on the way here it took my bumper off the front of my car. So
Did you go back to retrieve the bumper? Or?
it didn't like completely knock it off. It just broke the tabs off. So
Well, it's in a pond now, so
I'll be
Yeah.
sending a bill in the mail for it to not get paid.
Mr. Who is it? Smiley? Is that who it is? He's the governor. or
Smiley's
is he
no, you
he's the
won
mayor.
the plumber.
the plumber. That's
Dictator
who it is.
Dan McKee.
Right. Okay. Grape whistle.
Grape whistle.
What is your biggest lowball victory?
My biggest low ball victory?
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, those wheels I bought were pretty good. I mean,
Oh, the
the
Centras.
Centros are pretty good. I mean, it was like $500 or $600 off the asking price and shipped for free
Yeah, that's a solid
Pretty
win.
big.
from,
Million.
like I said, from like Ukraine. So
yeah,
like,
yeah. And this was pre-war, so
yeah,
Yeah, probably left some money on the table then.
right.
yeah. The headers were pretty good too because it was 50% off. So I mean,
That's a pretty.
that's also
that's a
pretty good.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just bought that LX. It was like 20% off what he was asking, which is pretty good.
That's a pretty good, especially seeing you fixed what they thought was wrong for.
Yeah, that's
cheap.
what they thought was expensive. I'm just trying to think of anything else that. I mean, I usually get at least 10 off. 20 is pretty good.
I mean, it's no Sequoia, but you did all right.
Yeah, it's getting me there. You know, I Usually, yeah, it was one of those things where the guy just like immediately crumbled, and it was like, should I go lower?
Right. Matter of
Kinda
fact,
throws you off.
that's I was gonna say that's the opposite
Did
of
I
the
leave
Chuck
money on the
system.
table?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, feeling.
I
like
mean,
you
if I
gotta
didn't
win.
ask, I would have paid. But it was just like, oh, okay,
Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean? You're stunned because it's so easy.
yeah. So that was recent memory. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, like with those wheels, like shooting out such a low offer when it got accepted, I'm like, well, my money's gone. Like I'm never gonna get the wheels that I just lost $1,000.
Right.
and it's
I
gone.
pissed him off so much he stole from me.
Yeah. They showed up. They showed up for sure.
Yeah, car stuff. I mean, buying watches online. I mean,
Yeah.
I just break people's fucking hearts on
Yeah,
that website.
I've never
all
won
day,
a
dude.
lowball offer.
I've
so
had
far.
so many lowball offers taken that I had to stop.
Yeah,
It's like I'm gonna run out of money.
I think I'm going too low. I think I'm going like criminal.
I get the warning that's like, you sure you want to do this? I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You see my record?
yeah.
What
Of course
is
I want to do this.
what is your? Can you give me a percentage of where your averages of lowballing on that watch thing?
Oh, it's a minimum 40% off. At minimum, it's 40%.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking at. I got 40 points
Yeah.
off one, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. I was like, this guy's just gonna tell me to go fuck myself.
Yeah,
And
That's
it's like,
a
I'll
min-
take it. And then I lowboard the shit out of some guy like a month ago, and he hit me with an absolutely not. And then like 3 weeks later, it came back. He's like, hey, dude, I'll take that money. I'm like, nah. That's not how this works. It's gonna be lower.
And this is on this. I mean, we can say the name of the
Chrono 24 is the name of the app.
Yeah.
on
You're
this
gonna
app.
be an idiot to buy a watch that's this expensive anyway, but it's pretty funny.
It's person to person.
Yeah, it's like Dirt Lot Throwdown online all day.
Okay.
I think my thing is there's a lot of businesses on there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Actual jewelers.
yeah,
Yeah.
disguised as like individuals.
Yeah.
So you kind of gotta do.
Disguised.
You gotta do your digging a little bit and find like an actual like a U, just like another
Right.
U.
Yeah. Just yeah.
And I feel like you probably have a higher success rate.
I've had good luck at the UAE.
yeah.
Lowballing those boys.
Yeah.
Those fellas just taking money off all over the place.
They
I
just
don't know.
don't care.
I
Yeah.
just think there's a lot of money out there. I don't give a shit.
Right. Right.
Yeah, like I don't have to deal with this thing.
Yeah,
it can
fine.
just be
Fucking
gone.
take it.
What the hell was I just gonna say? Yeah, my memory, dude.
Just
tonight,
done. Have a little more water.
My memory has just been like.
Just not there. You know what we need? We need an Alpha Brain sponsor.
Yeah,
That's
we
what we
really
do.
do. We need any sponsor.
Any,
Oh,
any
Brain.
ways.
Alpha brand, dude.
I was
Alpha
gonna
brand,
ask,
dude.
you see any like the E90 chassis out there at all? Because they're like
Dude, honestly,
they're rival, like they're cheaper than E36 and E46s now at this point. And I just don't know if it's too much of a nuisance to have as not like a completely gutted car, because there's more electronics in
It's
there.
all like Canva stuff in those things.
exactly.
So
So you kind of need to go fully empty
yeah.
in order for it to be useful.
you can't even
E90s.
put the windows up and down.
Is that like what are they, like a 1 series? Is that what they call them?
It's a 3 series, so it'd be like an 08
I don't know.
to like 2013. Yeah, so it'd be like 08 to 2013, either 2 or 4 door.
I know. There's a couple newer ones out there. Like I think Rome Sharp Interior there. He's got. I think it's a 1 series they call it though. I don't know what that is.
I mean, those are. I got an email the other day that said, "Congratulations, your car's value has been increased." And I opened it; it was $1,700.
And that's a 1 series.
That's a 1 series.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a big BMW.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell.
But,
that is,
I mean, they to buy things now, like E36s have gone up in price because of them being so useful to do so many different,
Yeah.
not just drifting, but so many things with. And then E46s have followed. So it's like the next thing in line is an E90, and like
E46 is still dirt.
36 is a
Yeah,
killer
it's
track cars too.
The coupes are expensive.
yeah,
Because
that's
nobody wants a coupe. Everybody wants a coupe. Nobody wants a 4-door.
no, just keep buying the 4 doors. Who cares?
They're just better.
Weldon
for
shut,
drifting.
baby.
Yeah,
But yeah, the E92, you'll see some, not a lot.
yeah.
I would say like maybe like 1 in 40. I don't think there's very many in FD.
you're throwing like Hyundai, Kia.
There was like
numbers out
one
there
in
at this
FD.
point.
Yeah, there's.
for a
I think
while.
there's one,
A Falcon car. They had an E90.
but there's only like E46 really.
Mm.
I don't even think there's that many E36 in FD.
no. Like I said, I think Rome just switched to a newer BMW.
Sounds like they need one.
There's none in Pro. I don't believe.
Yeah.
There's like probably 3 of us in Prospect now with E36s, but everyone else has got E46s.
Yeah.
Is shit. What's his name? The dude that's over by me,
Foley?
Foley. He's Prospect too, right?
Yeah, he's got an E36 as well. The orange one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big E36 guy with us.
Yeah. That dude seems pretty solid. I like walked into Napa to get some parts, and he had like a whole brochure in there. And he's like, "Yeah, you know Chris." I was like, "I never met him before." And they say, "Oh, we sponsor him. We get, we got him this belt. If you need belts." I'm like,
Yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. He's got a little bit larger of a motor than I do. I'm sure you have the belt for a small block Ford.
You mean God's engine?
God's engine.
Per you. I think we covered a lot. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming to hang
Before
out.
we wrap up, what about any lowball offers from you guys?
I know there's some. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
I mean, you get 2 cars for what you said, $1,300.
$1,300. I mean, that's a price, dude.
And you know what's funny? The guy, I think he probably meant to take them. The cats were just sitting there cut out on the floor of one of the cars.
Free cats,
That's three
baby.
cars
Dude, I
then.
scrapped those for they were like $600 at the time.
Jeez.
Pretty
Yeah.
much
Come
got
on.
the 2 cars half off.
Yeah.
$700
That's a
there
good,
we go.
That's a
Plus
good
all the
deal.
shit I bought off the blue one.
Yeah. He bought parts off.
There we
one
go.
of
Free
them.
car.
Those things are free.
There's that convertible I cut. It was so rotted, it was junk.
Yeah. I got wiper blades though, so we could see.
Good, too.
They were good. Yeah, I'm still using those blades. They were Bosch Icons.
The arms or the blade?
He gave me the fucking arms with the blades.
The fuck
this
out
guy.
here.
He's a
Using
great
the
guy.
blades?
That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Blades is
Used-
why I just put the car together a year ago.
Is that the hood you used too? I sold you that hood.
Yes.
There you go.
That was it was black underneath, but blue on the top. Yeah.
Who knows?
Shook went to every
I might need another one, actually.
every junkyard in the state looking for wiper blades.
He
Just
spent,
his junkyard.
spent $180 in gas just to find wiper blades.
You have other cool stuff too, though. Don't you have a big lifted truck?
Yeah, I've got a K10 and it's got an LS with a turbo in it.
Come on.
Yeah,
It's
gonna
fucking
leave that
sick.
out?
Lifted
Truck
6
stuff.
It was a truck. He had one as a kid, a lifted square body.
Yeah,
76, and we built it for when I turned 16. Working all weekend, did rockers, cab corner, rockers. Rockers, cab corners, all whatnot, floors. Built it, lifted 6 inches. At
Let's
a
go.
350 with a supercharger on it. And I ended up,
That's what every 16-year-old kid
Yeah.
needs, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Hell yeah.
and then I ended up putting LS and a turbo in it. So
Yeah.
Oops.
it's all junk though. Don't let anyone get you fooled. It's all
It's cool as
junk.
fuck. It's cool as fuck.
Chris, I did have it. How fun is this to do all this stuff with your son?
Oh, I love doing this. This is like the best.
First time he crossed this time zone this year.
I've never crossed the time zone, and we went to St. Louis, out to Utah, and everything. He's just dragged me out of my comfort zone.
Hell yeah.
Right.
love
Yeah.
You're doing some traveling via him.
Oh, yeah.
Dad level 1 million.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Dude, if I'm not doing this shit with my son, I'm going to get milk. You know what I mean? My kid will never see me again.
Yep.
Unless he wants
Popping out
to
the
do-
cumbies.
Unless
Be
you
down
want to
in
do
Brazil
pro
rest
spec.
of my life.
If my son's not like, Dad, will you do an incredibly large amount of work to make my dream come true? I'm going to get milk. That's it.
Time to go.
Are there a lot of dads out there?
There's a fair amount, right? Yeah, there's a fair amount. of
That's
dads.
cool.
Big shout out to the dads out there.
You guys
Yeah.
get like a little dad group? You're like, that's my boy, you know?
Bit of a dad group.
Everybody's wearing a bunch of
That's
New
my boy.
Balances and
Speaking of, hold on, 1 second. Speaking of dads doing cool stuff with their kids,
yeah.
this gentleman, Ransom Garage, Pete.
I mean, he's basically buying a continent worth of cars
Yeah,
with his.
he was like an American car guy, got into Japanese cars because of his son, and his son's got a really cool E40.
And it's-
Speaking of E46s,
He's in World Time Attack.
yep, World
Yep.
Time, E46 World Time Attack car, and he's deep into it. It's
Yeah.
a father-son team.
He's the boss.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah, I sold all my stuff so we could.
Yeah.
You know, I
He sold all his stuff, too.
I'm never getting to any of my projects, so I just sold them all.
That's all right.
It's awesome time.
No, it's a lot of fun being able to do it together and just have the memories and experiences.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
And the other cool thing is, like, the time you're doing it is all this stuff is going to be on the internet. There's a bunch of pictures, there's websites.
forever. It'll live forever.
Right. It's just there. It's just, yep, we were part of that, which is awesome.
Yeah, and it's so much a team sport. Like I can't thank everybody that helps me enough.
Yeah.
It's us. Last year when we were building the car, we were working probably from January when we got the cage until April or beginning of May every night after work, and we both work full-time jobs.
I was going to say, yeah, you both, yeah.
It's at his shop. He works at every day, so he's staying there late.
Late, yeah.
That sucks. You don't leave work.
Fucking
We're working
15-hour
every
shift.
I was just going to say,
day.
yeah. Bang.
Oh no, it's great.
Yeah, work until 11 o'clock at night every night. That was rough. But
I mean, shout out to your mom, too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah.
Mom's holding it down.
She's just at home.
Oh yeah. My
She liked
little
the peace and
brother's
quiet?
there,
Yeah.
But,
Dude, when I get home, I'm waking my son up. He's going to the cart. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Let's get him in there.
Yeah, it's that 10 p.m. car time.
How did your brother become a spotter?
I had no one else.
Just wasting space otherwise.
He's very analytical with his thoughts. So
Yep.
I'm like, go up there, make friends with everybody as much as you possibly can, you know. And he's pretty cool, low key, chill dude. So
Yeah,
go make friends with people, because I mean that's really what it comes down to with just about anything.
For sure,
Everyone
for sure.
you know. So
Yep.
I'm like, go make friends and tell me what I'm doing wrong.
yep.
Nice.
No, that's
The
cool.
youngest Spotter.
Yeah, probably youngest.
How old is he?
19.
Okay.
I didn't know
Nice.
that.
Does he talk shit to you when you fuck up? Is he like, ooh,
It's funny.
nice job, smooth move, X-Lax?
Once again, like last year was so much learning. I'm like, this year, like we just gotta like mess with each other more and like keep the mood light. That's kind of almost
Right,
what I
right,
need him there
right.
for. And like Ian to be like, hey, do better.
Yeah.
Hey,
there you go.
outside, end of outer two's wet. You're gonna hit the wall.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't listen anyways.
There you go.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming to hang out. We wish you nothing but more success in this season coming up. Hope you achieve what you want to achieve, learn some stuff, take away some stuff, and hopefully get some people to join the program and help things out, make things a little less stressful overall.
Yeah, thank you. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
the
us.
Yeah, no problem.
opportunity
for
to be on
coming.
here. Yeah, it was fun. I liked it.
All
For
right,
sure,
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
it was a
Yeah.
blast.
We'll
Yeah. Well, that's
have to have
awesome.
you back into the
Like,
season.
yeah, into season.
just to-
Yeah, the
yeah.
wrap up.
recap.
After the championship.
With your
Yeah,
trophy.
yeah.
We had
Yeah.
trophy,
With the
photo
trophy's
you on
gonna
the
be on the
podium.
table.
Yeah.
Live from the podium.
We're getting
Yeah.
shots out of the trophy. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Are we still your favorite drift team?
Yeah, that
Okay,
never
just wanted to
changed.
make sure.
Every time he was qualifying, I'm like, favorite
You
team.
suck. No,
No, literally. I have how many messages I sent you? You're my favorite drift team. You got this.
I do have.
Oh,
this.
how did you do? How did you do? You're like, I fucking not good. not good this time. Next time,
Me and the wall.
Pretty good.
Real close.
you placed pretty well though for your first year of.
Yeah,
I forget. Wasn't it like higher than half?
It was 19th or 20th
Out of 38 or 40?
41 or 42.
That's
Let's
pretty
go.
fucking sick.
There we go.
around there. So, yeah, let's improve that this year.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
At the
It'll be great.
very least, I had no skin in the game previously. Now we get something to root for.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah.
it, guys.
root-
Yeah.
No pun
No way to
intended.
root.
Yeah, no
way to
pun
root.
intended at all.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, actually, you were the only team that I queued into the. They did it on YouTube.
Yep. You're the best.
I literally, we were in Discord. And my friend was watching. I'm like, just let me know when Trevor goes on. And that's the only time I watched.
That works. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's right. God damn it. I'm invested in this emotionally.
Big drift fan.
Huge in the drift game. But thank you again, gentlemen. Thank you, everybody in the chat, if anybody's still awake, and everybody who listens in general. As always, you can go to our website, revivalmotoring.com, where you can sign up for the B for B. Don't forget, Donut Meet this Sunday,
That's right.
April 7th, 9 a.m., our spot here. If you don't know, you can find out somehow. This is the first one of the year, so, everybody come bring the heat, if you will. We'll bring the donuts. Also, go to our YouTube channel. You can like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Again, we are live pretty much 7 p.m. every Wednesday. And you can hop on there, watch, and join in on the chat as well. So, big shouts to everybody. We'll be back next week. Thank you very much. That's all I got.
Thank you for listening, boys.
Peace.
Later.